welcome everybody on the live stream. Well, welcome everybody to Billy Fager Fieldhouse, where tonight St. Paul in the finals with Southern Coffee County to try to winner of this ball game advances to Hayes to the state tournament starting next Thursday for the ladies. So the Indians trying to make their way to state again for the third year in a row, Mike.
Yep, big night here in St. Paul, the championship game of the sub-state tournament here hosted at Billy Fager Fieldhouse. Farmers National Bank, our sponsor for the entire season long, for our game sponsor, and we're glad to have them along with us and helping us to bring the broadcast to you tonight. So what it all comes down to, the big night, to see who moves on to the state tournament, and St. Paul with a chance here in the rematch against Southern Coffee County in the finals for a chance to go to Hayes next week.
Rematch, meaning Mike played them earlier, or St. Paul played them earlier in the year, where St. Paul come out with a nice victory. They played extraordinarily well that game and come out with a nice size victory, but all bets are off here tonight. It's everybody with an 0-0 record.
That's right.
Everybody comes in unbeaten, and whoever wins this game advances to the state playoff game at Hayes as we get set for the national anthem here. We'll go ahead and take a 1-minute timeout as they play the national anthem. Here is St. Paul Indian basketball on Hot 105.
Under the direction of Mr. Jim Harris, will perform our national anthem.
Oh, welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse as we get set for tonight's championship of the sub-state here in St. Paul. We'll let you know how everybody made their way. St. Paul advanced, come in as a #1 seed at 17-2, and they had a bye in the first game. Lebo beat Moran to start their tournament here in sub-state, 50-20, and then St. Paul took care of Lebo last night. I want to thank Mike and Seth for taking care of that. A little bit under the weather last night. Thanks for Seth for stepping in the last couple of games. Does a real good job.
Yeah, Seth's a big help. Glad to have him. Glad to have you back too, Dan.
On the bottom side of the bracket, Chitopa come in as a new #2 seed. They drew a bye, as well as Leroy Southern Coffee County, because there was just 5 teams in the sub-state. They had a bye in the first round. Southern Coffee County beat Chitopa 41-28 in the semifinals, which got them here tonight to this 6 p.m. finale between St. Paul and Southern Coffee County.
Yep, March Madness finally makes its way to St. Paul here, getting ready for the big night here to see who goes on to the state tournament. That'll be official March Madness, I guess, when you get to Hayes. But this is the kickoff game here. Whoever wins here goes on. Whoever doesn't win goes home. So that's the way it's going to shake out tonight.
Copeland, a 5'3" sophomore, gets the start for Southern Coffee County. For St. Paul, number 11, Taylor Watrick, playing great defense here as of late. Coming off a great 11-point game last night. For Southern Coffee County, Dana Kasparak, a 5'10" senior, gets the start for the Titans. For St. Paul, number 12, Sidney McCracken, gets to start tonight, coming off of a 5-point ball game last night for Southern Coffee County. Number 14, Jordan Stone, a 5'6" junior. Southern Coffee County comes in to start this tournament at 8-11, so they've moved their way up to 10-11 with a couple victories here. Sydney Rice, one of the seniors for the Indians. Sydney coming off an 8-point game last night, generally led by her and Wattrick. All the guards hustle on defense. You can always expect a lot of hustle out of Rice. Number 15, Allenbaugh, a 5'9" junior, gets a start for Southern Coffee County. And number 22, Caitlin O'Brien, a 23-point game last night. And last but not least, number 24, Haven Harvey, a 5'11" junior, gets a start for Southern Coffee County. And senior Emily Winter, coming off a 4-point game last night, will get a start for the Indians.
Yeah, it'll be a good night here. We'll see how Caitlin O'Brien does. She's creeping up on 1,000 points for her career, and I think she's lacking. I talked to Coach Burke before the game. I think she lacks about 24 points. May not be able to get quite there tonight, but for sure that's a goal. Caitlin's going to be playing for the team, but she's also got that career milestone to look forward to. And if they can keep winning here, the Lady Indians can. That'll give her a good opportunity to be a 1,000-point scorer there for St. Paul, which, is really a lot of times in a career, there aren't very many kids that get a chance to hit 1,000 points. We'll talk about the boys later. They'll be playing in the nightcap tonight, but Brendan Doherty also on the verge of 1,000 points. Matter of fact, Brendan lacks only about 12 points, so it's entirely possible for him to make that tonight. So that'll be another little side note that we'll be keeping track of here and keep you informed if that happens, and make sure that they get the proper recognition, because that's really a nice deal for both of those kids.
I want to thank everybody for listening to the Richie's pregame show here on Hot 105 as we get set for our Styles Fitness and More tip-off. 8 minutes on the clock, and we are set to get underway in this championship game where Southern Coffee County controls the tip. Copeland, the 5'3" sophomore with the basketball, guarded out there by McCracken. Picks up a dribble, feeds it into Allenbaugh. Allenbaugh against O'Brien, feeds it down to the corner to Kasparak. Shot is up on its way, no good. Emily Winter with the rebound. Rice pushes the ball up the floor for the Indians quickly. Up to the elbow, kicks it out to McCracken. As McCracken resets back up top to Rice. Man-to-man defense applied by Southern Coffee County as Wattrick cuts through the lane. O'Brien looks at her, now up top to McCracken. Now over to Rice at left wing. Rice drives towards the free throw line. Now into the lane, floater on the way, short and out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Southern Coffee County.
Yeah, St. Paul patient there on offense, setting it up out front, and wide open three opportunity there, but they didn't take it. Had a little of that last night. Didn't take a lot of three-point shots last night either.
Stone feeds it ahead. Now Allenbaugh with the ball in her hand, picked up top by O'Brien. Up above the timeline. Allenbaugh dribbles to her left. Now O'Brien cuts her off back to the right. Feeds it up top, number 24 to Harvey. Now down to Copeland. Copeland shot from the baseline on its way, no good. Rebound, Southern Coffee, shot back up, rolls off, no good. Shot put up by Kasparak. And
not sure if that first one was a missed pass or a missed shot.
Turnover goes
the middle of the lanes where it
back
ended up.
To the Indians. Sorry about that, Mike.
That's all right.
Rice with the basketball, crosses half court. Apologize for the overplay on the radio to start the game. We should be good to go now. Had a little Rick D's top 40 going same time basketball. McCracken back up to Winter. Winter at the top of the key, looks inside. Indians been very patient here. Now O'Brien drives the baseline. Tough shot up on the way, no good, but she's fouled. She'll go to the line to shoot two, so Caitlin O'Brien with the aggressive drive down the baseline. Nice crowd for both teams, because both teams, it's going to be St. Paul versus Southern Coffee County, girls and boys, so nice crowd for the Indian home team across the way from us. O'Brien's first free throw on its way and right through there and good. So good job from the free throw line. Start the game for O'Brien. O'Brien settles in at the line. Second shot is on its way and right through there and good. One team foul on Southern Coffee. First foul was on Harvey. Kasparak with the basketball for Southern Coffee County. Drives left wing, cut off by Rice. Now cross-court pass over to Stone. Now shot from the baseline up on its way and no good, but an over-the-back call on Southern Coffee County as McCracken had position on, I think, Hallenball. Nope, excuse me, number 10, Copeland, a 5'3 sophomore, picks up her first foul, second team foul on Southern Coffee. Indians out to a 2-0 lead here off 2 free throws from Caitlin O'Brien as the Indians call an offensive play down here against this man-to-man defense. Almost a steal by Allenball. Now Winner with the basketball, feeds it into O'Brien. O'Brien tough in the lane, shot up, no good. Winner with the rebound, put back good. Boy, a lot of contact. That time no foul called on O'Brien, and she had a lot of contact on her shot. Good work by Winner on the boards, gives the Indians a 4-0 lead. Kasperak with the basketball against Rice. Feeds it off to the right wing, over to Stone. Stone drives the baseline, gets Watrick, loses it out of bounds, and it goes back to the Indians.
Stone just kind of ran into Taylor Watrick there and then lost the ball, lost the handle on it, rolled right out of bounds on her.
5:32 left to go in the first. Indians lead 4-0, have possession of the basketball. Rice with the basketball, bounce pass back to Watrick as she crosses half court. Same starting five in the game. Rice, McCracken, Winner, O'Brien, and Watrick for the Indians. O'Brien drives towards three-point shot from the baseline from Watrick's long. Winner on the backside, had it, got it knocked out of her hands. O'Brien had the ball inside, kicked it out to Watrick for the three. One of her favorite spots on the floor seems to be that right baseline, Mike, just a little bit long. Winner with a nice weak side rebound, but had it knocked out of her hands. Now McCracken with it. Cross-court pass over to Winner. Couple ball fakes. She looks inside, gives it to O'Brien. O'Brien with the ball fake in front of Lang, shot up and good. Tough shot by Caitlin O'Brien. Gets it to go as O'Brien with 4 of the Indians' first 6 points.
Yeah, if Caitlin O'Brien's in the lane, you call that a high percentage shot, though.
Kasperak with the ball, guarded by Rice, drives towards left, now to her right, kicks it back up top to Harvey. Harvey with the ball, guarded by Winner. Now Copeland with it against McCracken. Now Allenball, top of the key, looks inside twice, bounce pass inside. Here comes the help, shot up and good, and she'll go to the line as she is fouled. And that is number 13, Kasperak. Got around Rice as Rice went for the steal. Indians came to help, but Kasperak had position, got the layup to go, and is fouled as Coons and Hutcherson comes into the game for Winner and McCracken.
Yeah, foul on Caitlin O'Brien, that's her first.
6-2, Indians up by 4. Number 3, Gunlock, checks in for Southern Coffee County, as well as, did you catch who else, Mike?
No, I didn't see, I was over here watching
Number
the clock,
22, Mike, Ole, checks in also for Southern Coffee County. Kasperak's free throws on its way, in and out, no good. Rebound, Katie Coons. She feeds it back to Watrick. Watrick pushes the ball down, gets to Hutcherson. She's wide open for a three. Now she steps up, takes a 15-footer, and drains it.
Hutcherson left all by herself out there on the right side.
Took a couple smart dribbles in that baseline. Now timeout, Southern Coffee County. 30-second timeout, 4:21 mark here in the first. St. Paul leads 8-2. We'll be back after this 30. You're going to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. That timeout brought to you by St. Paul's Supermarket, taken by the Titans. Now Allenball with the basketball out of the timeout, picks up her dribble. O'Brien all over her. She hands it off to number 22, Ole. Shot up on her way. She is fouled, and that is number 35. Zambicki, a 5'9 sophomore, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Second team foul on the Indians, first on Rice. Zambicki at the line to shoot 2. First is on its way and well short off the front of the iron, no good. 4:08 left to go here in the first. Zambicki settles in at the line for her second. It's on its way and in and out, no good. Chased down, Coombs chases it down with a good block out. Feeds it back to Hutcherson. Hutcherson pushes the ball up, 4:03 left to go in the first. Indians lead 8-2 and with possession of the basketball. Rice bounce pass over to O'Brien, looks inside for Watrick as she cuts through the lane. Now feeds it off to Caitlin Katie Coombs now into Caitlin O'Brien in a load of traffic. Tough shot up on its way, gets it to go.
I don't know how she got that to fail, but she
fouled.
did. Kind of a weak pass there by Coombs, kind of lobbed it in a little soft, but Caitlin O'Brien took it to the hole, drew the foul.
What a shot by O'Brien. Almost looked like she was going to the ground as she heaved it up. Somebody dangling all over her arm. First foul on number, who was that on?
On Allen Ball 15.
Allen Ball 15. First on her as O'Brien makes the free throw as McCracken checks back into the game for Rice.
So Caitlin O'Brien got 7 of St. Paul's 11 points here in the first quarter.
O'Brien coming off a great game last night, continues the good play so far early on in this game. Kasperak with the basketball, guarded by O'Brien up by the timeline. Screen set by Allenbaugh. Now the switch. Now O'Brien picks her back up. She goes all the way to the lane. No good on the shot. Ball's loose. Allenbaugh chases down with the offensive rebound for Southern Coffee. McCracken out there on her. Picks up her dribble. Now McCracken still on her. Watrick, and that's going to be a foul on Watrick because she had her arm in there a little bit too deep. Good hustle by her going after the basketball, but that's going to be the first foul on Taylor Watrick. Third team foul on the Indians. There's 3 on Southern Coffee County.
Yeah, she got her arm in there and got it kind of hung up on the ball, I think.
Zambicki with the ball, feeds it back to Kasperak against O'Brien. Screen set by Allenbaugh. Now Kasperak all the way into the lane. Shot off the front of the rim, no good. Coombs fights for it, and it's going to be a foul underneath, and that's going to be against Southern Coffee County. As Winter and Rice check right back to the scorer's table.
That foul's on Gunlock. See how St. Paul can do here coming in. 11-2 lead, nice lead. St. Paul doing a lot of substitutes so far, playing that rotation that Coach Tuck likes to do and keep the legs fresh on the floor.
3:08 left to go in the first. Indians lead 11-2. Off to a good start here in this sub-state finale. Rice feeds it off to the right wing to Coombs. Back up top to Hutcherson as Coach Tuck calls in an offensive play now against a 2-on-2 zone. Now inside to Coombs, shot blocked by Kasperak.
Katie's got to go up stronger to the basket.
Zambicki feeds it back to Kasperak, pushes the ball up the floor, feeds it off to Gunlock, back up to Kasperak. She's guarded by Rice. Screen set now, Kasperak towards the basket. Now Gunlock with the shot off the rim. No, gets it to go. It bounced off the back of the rim, up in the air and went through. Indians basketball, 11-4, up by 7 with 2:24 left to go here in the first quarter. Winter, Rice, Hutcherson, McCracken, and Coombs in the game for the Indians. Coombs wide open for a 3, drains it from the left guard position. She was left wide open.
Yep.
Zambicki gave her plenty of room, so Katie Coombs made her pay with a nice shot from the left baseline, give the Indians a 10-point lead, 14-4, with 2:03 left to go here in the first. Kasperak feeds it down to Gunlock, back up top to Kasperak. Now up to Ohl, shot on the way from Allenbaugh, three-pointer, no good. Rebound fought for, and that's going to be a foul over the back on Zambicki for Southern Coffee County. Southern Coffee County crowd not happy with that call. Indians basketball, they lead 14-4, 1:48 left to go here in the first quarter. Rice with the basketball, bounce pass over to McCracken, back up top to Hutcherson as they run through their motion against a man-to-man defense now by Southern Coffee County. Winter again with the basketball, feeds it off to Hutcherson. She looks inside, nobody there. There's now Winter, now a bad pass.
Bad pass.
Kasperak steps in front of Winter, takes a shot from the elbow, off the back iron, no good. Ball's loose on the floor. Winter comes out of there with it. And timeout by St. Paul. Coach Tuck wisely as Winter was on her knees. 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse here, where St. Paul leads 14-4 in the sub-state finale here. Winner advances to Hayes to the state playoff team, or state playoffs
Tournament.
in Hayes tournament, the Division I class. Division I of 1A girls basketball. It will start Thursday out at Hayes, Kansas. Watrick at left wing with the basketball. Feeds it inside to O'Brien. Off the backboard. Good. Boy, she is just wicked down around that rim, Mike. 58 seconds left to go here in the first. Pass underneath to Zambicki. As the Indians lost their man, now it's going to be out of bounds. It's going to be off of Southern Coffee County and go back to the Indians. Coach Tuck not happy. Somebody lost their man. Zambicki was wide under.
Yeah, left Zambicki alone underneath the basket.
The winner with a good recovery got down on her, was able to strip the ball loose, and it went out off of Southern Coffee County. 16-4, Indians up by 12. Almost a bad pass by Watrick. Gets it off to Rice at right wing. Rice drives towards the elbow behind the back. Now feeds it up top to O'Brien. O'Brien wide open at the top of the key. Passed up on the three. Gives it off to Watrick. Into the lane she goes. Bounce pass out to Rice. Back into the lane. Right in front of the rim. Shot up. And good. Sydney Rice gives the Indians an 18-4 lead with 20 seconds left to go here in the first.
Sydney Rice really likes to drive the lane there and take that little
That's
floater
going to be a
shot.
foul on O'Brien. That may be her second foul
It is
on
her second.
Caitlin O'Brien. She's going to have to be careful here with early two fouls as quickly Coach Tuck sends Katie Coombs to the scorer's table for O'Brien.
Checking in for the Titans, number 24, David Harvey.
Harvey checks back in for Zambicki. Harvey, a 5'11 junior, feed in to Harvey. Hands it back to Copeland. Copeland guarded by Rice. Gets around Rice. Shot up from the right-hand guard position, no good. Ball's loose. Chased down by Watrick. Watrick heaves it up at the buzzer, no good. So at the end of the first quarter, 18-4, Indians have a 14-point lead. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Checking in for the Titans, number 13, Megan Fairburn.
Thank everybody for joining us on the live stream. Live stream brought to you by Westhoff Interiors.
It will be the Titans ball out of bounds. Start the second quarter.
Welcome back, everybody. That timeout brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. After the first quarter, the Lady Indians lead 18-4. Southern Coffee County with the basketball. Copeland at left wing with it. And she's going to be called for a travel, so a turnover to start the second quarter on Southern Coffee County. O'Brien's on the bench for now. She had picked up her second foul late in that first quarter. So she'll have to spend a little time on the bench. Be careful. Wide open again. Katie Coombs from the left guard. No good. Rebound brought down by Southern Coffee. That rebound brought down by Harvey. Right back down comes number 14, Stone with the basketball. Shot up, no good, but rebound Copeland. Now putback shot, no good. Watrick with the rebound. One person back. Watrick takes a shot from the free throw line, no good. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Rice. For the Indians, that is going to be her second foul, so she's going to have to be careful as Katie Carter comes to the scorer's table for the Lady Indians.
Seems like St. Paul's a little gun shy now of pulling up when they got a fast break. They've had a habit of missing some easy layups throughout the season, and now you think maybe they're a little bit paranoid of that as Watrick pulls up the free throw line to take that 15-footer on the fast break.
Back comes Stone with the basketball. 18-4, Indians up. 7-18 just underway here in the second quarter. Now Copeland with it, guarded by Carter. Carter's logged some nice minutes for the Indians. The young freshman shot up, no good, out of bounds on Southern Coffee County. So it goes right back to the Lady Indians. Lady Indians basketball. Watrick comes across half court, feeds it off to Hutcherson at right wing, now up to Carter at the top of the key. Over to Coombs at left wing, back up top to Winter as the Indians run through this motion offense against the man-to-man. Inside to Coombs, now back out to Carter. Carter thought about the three, passed on it, feeds it back up to Watrick. Watrick puts the ball on the floor, kicks it out to Coombs, now up to Hutcherson. Hutcherson into the lane, shot up in front of the rim, no good. Gets her own rebound, put back, good! And she's fouled.
Good play by Emily Hutcherson, being aware of where the ball was at, getting her own rebound and bringing it right back up to score the basket, draw the foul.
Hutcherson will go to the line and try to complete the three-point play, so a nice play from the young sophomore.
That foul was on Kasperzak, that's her first.
16 foul on Southern Coffee County. The free throw's no good. Kasperzak with the rebound for Southern Coffee County. Southern Coffee County gives them shots at the basket, Mike. They just can't get anything to go.
That's right.
Watrick pokes it away from Kasperzak. She's on the breakaway. Here comes the layup. Gives the ball fake. Layup good. Kasperzak right back down with the basketball. Crosses half court. Watrick gives the Indians a 22-4 lead. In control of this game so far. Now, ball goes right through Copeland's hands and out of bounds, so right back to the Lady Indians.
Yeah, St. Paul in control now. But it'll be a key for them is not to let up, keep the pressure on, and keep moving the ball up and down the floor.
Timeout, Southern Coffee County, a much-needed timeout for them, a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Back to the ball game here, coming out at St. Paul's Supermarket. Timeout by Southern Coffee County. Indians with the basketball. Watrick at right wing with it. Lob inside for Winter, and she's going to get called. No, she's going to
Got a push from behind there.
Harvey is going to be called for the foul. 7th team foul, so that's going to send Winter to the line, shoot the front end of 1-1.
Yeah, second on Harvey. Harvey was leaning on her pretty hard there.
So Winter will go to the line to shoot the 1-1. 7th team foul on Southern Coffee County. First free throw on its way and good by Winter. 23-4. Lady Indians up by 19. 5:51 left to go here in the second quarter. No dead legs on back-to-back games here, Mike.
No.
That's going to be a lane violation on the Indians. She missed the free throw anyway, so it's going to go back to Southern Coffee County. I want to thank all our sponsors, Mike, and I want to especially thank our live stream sponsor. It's brought to you by Westhoff Interiors. Our boys game will be brought to you by CD Electric. Get a hold of Chris Dent for all your electrical needs. Copeland with the basketball. Lob inside, wide open. Harvey. Shot partially blocked by Coon, but she's going to be fouled.
Harvey pushed off of Katie Carter, pushed her down, and then ran towards the basket. That's how she got so open, but no foul called.
So she's going to go to the line to shoot, too. There's a foul called, but it was against
on Katie, yeah, on Katie Coons.
Katie Coons picks up her foul. 6th team foul on the Indians. First on Coons. Harvey at the line to shoot, 2. First free throw in there. And good as McCracken checks back in for Coombs as well as Caitlin O'Brien.
For Carter.
What did I say?
McCracken checked in for Carter, not Coombs.
Excuse me.
That's all right. I'm watching you. I got your back.
Harvey's second free throw on its way and right through there and good. 23-6. Watrick sprints down the floor with the basketball. Feeds it back to O'Brien, who's just checked back in the game. Three-point shot by McCracken. Off the back iron, no good. Chased down by McCracken. Good job by her, following her shot. Now wide open, Coombs inside, layup, good. Quickly back down the court comes Copeland for SCC. Titans with the basketball. Copeland feeds it off to Kasparak, guarded out there by Hutcherson. Now McCracken on her. Now Allenball drives the baseline. Shot up, no good. Coombs with the rebound for the Indians. Keeping up on that stat, keeping Mike.
I got it under control over
Watrick
here.
towards the baseline. Now dribbles back out, feeds it to O'Brien. Now back up to Coombs. Indians looking to work this ball inside. O'Brien drives the baseline. Tough shot. Goes to the floor. No foul call, and it goes back to the Titans.
I don't know if that was a very good shot, to be honest with you.
Kasparak down the corner to Copeland. Copeland with a couple ball fakes. Dribbles to her left. Now feeds it back to Allenball, but she traveled first. The Indians coming up to double team a little bit. One of them losing her man. Allenball was open, but Copeland couldn't find her quick enough. As Zambecki checks in, as well as Gunlock for the Titans. (25-6). Indians up with 4:26 left to go here in the second quarter. Watrick with the basketball, feeds it off to Hutcherson at left wing. Now back up top to O'Brien. O'Brien wide open, three-pointer, top of the key, short, way off, and out of bounds.
St. Paul didn't take very many three-point shots last night. Tonight they've taken a few more than what they did last night, but not with very much success so far.
I like what they're doing, Mike. There's been quite a few open threes tonight that they've passed on.
Being patient.
But they're being patient, working the ball inside, and it's working for them. So Allenball with the basketball, feeds it off to Gunlock. Gunlock drives towards the baseline, picks up her dribble, guarded by McCracken. Feeds it off to Stone. Stone to the baseline, feeds it inside to Zambecki, who gets around Coombs and scores. Now McCracken wide open for a three-pointer, left wing, off the iron, no good. Watrick with the rebound. Tries to bounce pass out. Coombs chases it down, so the Indians reset. McCracken just off from that left wing possession. Now feed out to Coombs, out to Hutcherson, three-point shot by her. Short, no good. Chased down by Zambecki for SCC.
Kind of changed gears now. They're not afraid to shoot it from outside rather than try to work it in like they started out the game.
3:24 left to go before halftime. Indians up 25-8. Kasparak with the ball, guarded by Hutcherson. Backdoor cut by Gunlock. McCracken recovers. Now three-point shot on the way, no good. And rebound out of bounds. It's going to stay with Southern Coffee County.
Kasparak took a dive, tried to draw the foul, but didn't come.
So it'll be Titans basketball under their own rim as Allenball set to put the ball in play for the Titans. As Copeland checks back in for the Titans. Allenball with the ball in her hand now. A couple ball fakes, feeds it up top to Zambecki, guarded by Coombs. Now back to Copeland. Copeland guarded up there by McCracken. Right wing to Gunlock. Watrick knocks it out of bounds. Good hustle play by her, but it'll stay with the Titans. 2:56 left to go before half. 25-8, Indians lead. Allenball with the basketball for the Indians up above the timeline. Picked up out there by Winter. Dribbles to her right. Looks for the backdoor cut. Nobody there. Picks up her dribble. Now gets it to Zambecki. Zambecki back to Copeland to the free throw line. She's picked up by Coombs, and Coombs causes the turnover. Now there's a foul underneath on Southern Coffee, as that'll send McCracken to the line to shoot the 1-and-1. 8th team foul on Southern Coffee County. Second foul on number 35, Zambecki, the 5'9" sophomore. See if Sydney McCracken can get a free throw to go. On its way off the rim, no good, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Southern Coffee County. Is out on Katie Coombs. 25-8, Indians lead. 16 fouls on the Indians, so the next foul on the Indians will put the Titans into the bonus. Copeland gets around McCracken, drives towards the baseline, now picks up her dribble, feeds it back up top to Allenball, bounce pass to Zambecki, back to Copeland. She goes to baseline, double team down there, bounce pass inside, stolen away by Watrick. Just Watrick and Allenball. Watrick spins in the lane. Nice move and gets it to go. What a spin move by Taylor Watrick and gets that shot to go. How'd you like that, Mike?
Well, I didn't get to see it. I was trying to keep track of the stats. I have to watch that on the live stream replay.
Allenball picks up her dribble now. Stolen away by McCracken. McCracken pushes the ball up. Oh, and she loses it as she tries to give it up to Winter. Knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with the Indians. See that play development. You can see it going through Cindy McCracken's head. She was going to give it up to the old cuz Emily Winter, but couldn't quite get it off and lost it out of bounds. Watrick set to put the ball in play for the Indians, feeds it into Hutcherson. Hutcherson almost walked with the basketball, feeds it back to Watrick. Three-point shot, baseline, no good. Brought down, rebound is brought down by Southern Coffee County by Kasparak. Kasparak against Hutcherson, drives towards the free throw line, kicks it back to Allenball. Back to Kasparak at left wing. Couple ball fakes, kicks it back out to Allenball. 1:37 left to go here before half. 27-8, Indians lead. Now backdoor cut to Gunlock. Ball's loose on the floor, goes out of bounds.
Oh,
and it's going to stay with Southern Coffee County. It's off an Indian's foot.
I guess so,
I just couldn't tell if Kasparak hit it on the way out of bounds or not.
Coach Tuck lobbied a little bit, but didn't argue too much either.
Allenball feeds it back into Kasparak with 1:30 left to go. Stick around for St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime show. Hutcherson on Kasparak, doing a good job with her. Picks up her dribble. Now she's in a little bit of trouble. Feeds it back to Allenball. She's guarded by Winter in the man-to-man defense applied by the Indians. And that's going to be a moving screen on Allenball. Player control, so it'll just be possession for the Indians. But that will be the 19th foul.
That's on Zambecki.
I didn't say who it was.
That's her third foul.
It was on Zambecki with the push-off, apparently. Number 24, Harvey, checks back into the game. So Zambecki just picked up her third foul, 9th team foul on the Indians. Watrick with the basketball, feeds it off to Hutcherson at right wing. Back up top to Carter, who's in the game now. Carter, Coons, Winter, Hutcherson, and Watrick. Indians being patient, less than a minute to go. Has both O'Brien and Rice on the bench with 2 fouls, not wanting to pick up a third here in the closing minutes. Hutcherson into the lane, she's going to be traveled. She didn't get her jump stop quite quick enough. 46.4 seconds left to go before half. Southern Coffee County basketball. Allenball feeds it into Gunlock, the 5'6" senior. Feeds it ahead to Kasparak. Kasparak drives the baseline. Now it's knocked out of bounds by Watrick, but it'll stay with SCC. Allenball with the ball under the basket, set to put it in play. Backdoor feed is knocked out of bounds by Winter. As number 22 came open, came open off of that inbounds play, so the Indians need to cover this up this time as they spin away. This time Carter gets on her better, feed up top, over the top to Gunlock. Now back to Kasparak, 33 seconds, ball goes out of bounds off of Allenball, so it goes back to the Indians. Allenball, a 5'9" junior.
Indians are satisfied to let Southern Coffee County just make their own mistakes and then take advantage of them.
St. Paul basketball as Watrick just dribbles above half court. 23 seconds, so the Indians going to go for a last shot here. (13 seconds. Watrick above the timeline. Now they go in motion. Watrick spin move in the lane. Shot up, no good. Kasparak with the rebound. 5 seconds left to go before half. Chased down by Watrick. Now to Gunlock. Shot at the buzzer off the backboard. No good. Halftime score 27-8. Indians up by 19. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout with our St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime show. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse. Here we are at halftime. Lady Indians lead 27-8 here at halftime. So a good start for the Lady Indians here at halftime. And a pretty good first half of basketball, Mike.
Yeah, not a bad first half for the Lady Indians. They came in here and got a nice lead, comfortable lead at halftime. It'll be up to them now to maintain that going into the second half and just not hurt themselves, make sure that they're not making mistakes and let Southern Coffee County get back into this game. But pretty comfortable spot here, especially considering this is the last game before the only thing keeping them is from a state tournament out in Hayes is one half of basketball. So pretty good shape for the Lady Indians here in the first half.
Good first half put together across the board, scoring pretty balanced across the board. Caitlin O'Brien, I believe, leading the Indians, as Mike will do this full stats right after this next break. Caitlin with 9 points in the first half, but she spent quite a bit of time on the bench picking up 2 fouls. Her and Rice both, as Coach Tuck with that lead, able to keep them out of the game, keep them from picking up that third foul in the second quarter, Mike.
Yeah, and that's not all bad either, too. Give them some rest. They've been playing all week here in this sub-state tournament, so they had a game last night, game turned around to again play today, and I know they had a walk-through practice. So the more rest they can get, the better off they're going to be. And they'll get a little break here. If they get to move on, they'll get a little break before they play again. But anything you can do to try to avoid injuries and other things like that can go wrong, you're probably going to try and do that.
Well, thank everybody for listening to our St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime show. Mike's going to have full first half stats after this next 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Leading scorers at the halftime for the Southern Coffee County Lady Titans. Number 3, Kimberly Unlock with 2 points. Danny Kasperzak with 2 points. Aiden Harvey with 2 points. And Reed Zambecki with 2. For the Lady Indians, the score at half was 22. Caitlin O'Brien with 9 points. Katie Coons with 5 points. Emily Hutchison with 4 points. Taylor White with 4. Emily Winter with 3 points. And
Well, welcome back, everybody, to Billy Fager Fieldhouse and the St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime show, where the Lady Indians lead 27-8 here at halftime. Mike, what do you got for first half stats?
Well, first half, St. Paul played pretty good on defense with that man-to-man and really causing a lot of problems for Southern Coffee County. They led in the turnover department, with St. Paul only committing 2 turnovers in the whole first half as opposed to 11 on the part of Southern Coffee. So really taking advantage of some good defense. Offensively for St. Paul, scoring was led by Caitlin O'Brien, who had 9 points in the first half. Katie Coombs had 5. Taylor Watrick and Emily Hutcherson both kicked in 4 points apiece in the first half, and Emily Winter with a 3-pointer from outside to round out the scoring for St. Paul. Had a few good looks and some shots that just wouldn't fall, but overall, a pretty good first half of scoring by St. Paul. They only shot 42% from 2-point range, which you like to see a little bit better number than that. They were 10 out of 17, but some of those high percentage shots, some of them were kind of thrown up, didn't have much of a chance, but 42% from 2-point range, 11% from outside the 3-point line, but they only shot 9 times, 1 out of 9. So they've really backed off on some of their 3-point shooting, which probably is not a bad thing, but especially with a lead like that. From the free throw line, they're pretty consistent, 4 out of 7, 57% from the free throw line. So not a bad first half of shooting. Could be better, but it's respectable. And with a 27-8 lead here at halftime, Coach Tuck's got to be pretty comfortable with where he's at here.
13 rebounds on the night for the Lady Indians, 9 defensively, 4 offensively, and 4 steals on the night, 6 total fouls, and 2 turnovers. So that 2 turnovers is a good margin, but a good turnover margin in the first half. You could tell the Indians have been very patient on offense, Mike, here tonight, moving that ball around a lot. Didn't really take the majority of them threes was taken in that second quarter. There were several they could have taken earlier on, but being very methodical, moving the basketball around, waiting for the good pass, interior pass, and letting Caitlin O'Brien do her work on the inside.
That's right. Real quick for Southern Coffee, they had Gunlock with 2, Kasperzak had 2, Haven Harvey with 2, and Zambicki had 2 points apiece. So 8 points in the first half for Southern Coffee, with each of those girls scoring 2 apiece.
So we're going to be back with tip-off to the second half. Our Styles Fitness More tip-off to the second half after this last 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Indian Basketball on Hot 105. Hey, Marissa, just make it a 30-second, please. Yes. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse as we get set for the tip-off to the second half. It will be Lady Indians basketball to start this second half, as after tonight, Mike, only 8 teams will be left playing basketball in the state of Kansas.
That's right, down to 8.
In Class 1A, Division 1, and all the rest of the classes. So just be down to 8 here tonight. St. Paul trying to be one of those 8, moving to Hayes. O'Brien starts with the basketball, feeds it off to Rice. Rice towards the elbow. Gets in a little trouble, feeds it to Hutcherson. Shot from the baseline, no good. Rebound, O'Brien. If she gets tied up, it's going to be a jump ball. The possession arrow is going to go back to Southern Coffee County. Hutcherson gets to start here in the second half with Rice, Watrick, O'Brien, and Winter. Kasperzak with the basketball, guarded by Hutcherson. Cuts her off, she dribbles towards the right baseline. Now back up top to number 14, Stone. Stone against Watrick. Watrick out there pestering her. Screen set by Kasperzak. Now Stone to the baseline. Tries to feed it to Harvey. Poked away. Watrick with it. Back down the court she comes. All the way down. Ball fake. Up and under. Shot. No good. Kasperzak with the rebound. O'Brien and Hutcherson's back for the Indians. Shot. Well, Kasperzak is right through there. And good. And now the score is 27-10. Rice with the basketball for the Indians, feeds it off to Watrick at left wing. Watrick into the lane, kicks it out to O'Brien. O'Brien looks in at Winter, feeds it back top to Watrick. Watrick over to Hutcherson, back up top to Rice. Man-to-man defense applied by Southern Coffee County. O'Brien in the lane, posting up, steps out of the lane, now gets the ball in deep in the lane, shot up and good. Against a Holland ball as O'Brien got position and got it to go. Now bad pass, gives it back to Rice, to Hutcherson, to O'Brien. O'Brien drives in, nobody really stops her. Euro step layup, good.
Caitlin O'Brien is going to tear him up if they're going to give her that much room.
Timeout by Southern Coffee County. Good start to the second half for the Lady Indians. Watrick caused that first turnover by a little bit of pressure on Southern Coffee County as we'll stay here, Mike. I want to thank all our sponsors. Our title sponsors, Farmers Bank. Go to Joe and Josh for all your banking needs. Pregame sponsors, Rich's Pharmacy. Our tip-off sponsors, Styles Fitness and More. And every timeout is brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. Halftime show we just had was brought to you by St. Paul Tire and Lube. And our post-game show will be KW Trucking, and our D-Rail Commodity Player of the Game is our last sponsor, as well as our live stream sponsor. This game and the first 2 games, Thursday, when was it? Tuesday and Thursday? Thursday and Friday,
Thursday and Friday,
was brought to you by Westhoff Interiors, and our boys game tonight will be brought to you by CD Electric, Chris Dent.
Yeah, we appreciate all their sponsorship and support all through the season.
Kasperzak with the basketball coming out of that St. Paul Supermarket. Timeout by Southern Coffee County. Left wing to Stone, back up top to Allen ball. Allen ball fake over. Now feeds it down to Copeland. Copeland drives the baseline against Rice. Rice out there all over. Now lob inside to Harvey, too deep. She chases it down. Boy, she about stepped out of bounds. Feed back into Harvey, and there's going to be a foul on the floor.
They can catch Taylor Wattrick on that one, I believe.
It might be Emily Winter. We'll have to see here, Mike. It is on
It
Emily
was on
Winter.
Emily Winter. You're right.
I got your back.
I appreciate it.
31-10, Lady
All
Indians
the
up
help
by
I get.
21.
It's only first on Emily Winter.
That's a good first team foul of the second half. First on Winter. Copeland set to put the ball in play for Southern Coffee. Throws it deep to Kasbarak. Ball fake into the lane. Shot up, no good. Rebound tipped around, controlled by Copeland. For Southern Coffee County. Now feed back up top to Stone. Feed inside to Harvey. Winner on her, back to Stone. Shot on the way, well short. No good. And it's going to be out of bounds on Southern Coffee County, and it'll go back to Lady Indians. Rice bounce pass into Wattrick. Indians with a 21-point lead here in the third quarter. Off to Hutcherson at right wing. Back up top to Rice, over to Wattrick. Wattrick to O'Brien, sets her feet, three-point shot, top of the key, off the back iron, no good. Rebound brought down by Kasparak. Kasparak all the way down, two Indians down there on her, poked away from behind by Winter. Ball's loose on the floor. O'Brien picks it up. She's going to be fouled by Allen Ball as they both end up on the floor. Second team foul on Southern Coffee County.
Call that one on Allen Ball, yeah.
Second on Allen Ball. So it'll be Indians basketball. They lead 31-10. No, that's the second. No, that is the first team foul. Excuse me.
Right.
One team foul on each team to start the second half. Hutcherson back up to O'Brien to Rice. Rice been pretty quiet tonight and goes into the lane right when I say it, and she scores.
Yeah, just 4 points on the night for Sydney Rice. She spent some time on the bench in the first half.
There's a lot of unseens that doesn't really show up on the scoreboard or in the scorebook with hustle that Wattrick and Rice provides on this team. As wholesale changes for Southern Coffee County is Gunlock, Zambecki, and number 22, Ole, all check in for Southern Coffee County. Here in about the 4-minute mark, Coach Tuck's going to start subbing in. That's been his general rule. Right around that 4-minute mark each quarter, he'll start rotating in his subs to give everybody a little bit of a breather. Rice off to Hutcherson at right wing. Bounce packs back to O'Brien. Ball fake into the lane. Tough shot, but she's fouled. She's either going to be fouled by Zambicki or Ole, one or the other.
She always makes such a strong move to the basket.
That's going to be the fourth foul, I believe, on Zambecki.
Yeah, that'll be her fourth.
Going to send O'Brien to the line to shoot two. She settles in at the line. First shot on its way, long, no good.
Just couldn't get the roll on that one. It laid there on the rim and decided to fall out instead of in.
Settles in for her second. Shot on the way and gets the roll this time. Kasparak right back down with the basketball. Feet down, low to the baseline. Can't tell who it is. Shot up on its way, knocked out, controlled by Hutcherson. Hutcherson to Rice. Rice all the way into the lane, kicks it out to O'Brien. About loses up top to Hutcherson. Sets her feet, three-point shot. Good! Emily Hutcherson drains a three from the top of the key. 37-10, 27-point lead for the Indians. Kasparak with the basketball. Now almost a steal by Rice. There's that hustle, Mike. Knocked out of bounds by Rice. It'll stay with Southern Coffee as McCracken and Coombs comes in at the 3:57 mark. So it's 3 seconds off on that sub.
Just like you called it, right? As close as we could get it on the whistle.
It's a good job. Here comes the next wave of Indians. Now it'll be a 2-2 or 2-3 rotation here for the rest of the third quarter to give everybody a blow going into that fourth quarter. Kasparak ball tipped by Hutcherson and controlled by O'Brien. So steal. Rice right back down with the basketball. Drives in towards the lane. Kicks it out to O'Brien. Now she's bumped. And it'll be on the floor. That'll be the third team foul. Rice needs to be careful. She could have got called for a charge there.
Yeah, foul's on Old, number 22. That's her first.
Indians basketball under the rim. Rice set to put the ball in play. Taking a little time for Rice to tie or shoot. Indians lead 27-10. 3:36 left to go here in the third. Lob into Coons to O'Brien at the elbow. Now pass into Hutcherson under the basket. Oh, she misses it. Coons with the rebound. Put back no good. Rebound Kasparak for Southern Coffee County. Two good looks at the basket for the Indians, and they missed them both. Kasparak over to Copeland. Copeland against McCracken at the elbow. Now she's tied up. Bounce pass out to Ole. Back to Copeland. Back to Ole. Almost a steal by O'Brien. Now Ole in a little trouble.
Oh, Caitlin's going to get called for a reach, and it was
that was pretty ticky-tack.
Yeah.
Didn't do much as O'Brien gets called for her third foul here at the 3:05 mark left to go in the third. Copeland with the basketball, lobs it into Kasparak. She's guarded by Hutcherson. Picks up her dribble, now feeds it back to Copeland. Now steal by Rice. Rice pushes the ball back up the floor for the Lady Indians. Kicks it out to Hutcherson, sets her feet. Bounce pass inside to O'Brien. Shot in front of the rim, good. She is tough around that basket.
You could tell she was going to make that as soon as she caught the pass. She knew right where she was and right where she was going.
Unbelievable ball awareness around that basket. And even with contact, has a lot of ball control.
Yep.
Zambecki back in the game with 4 fouls. Guarded out there by Coons. Feeds it off to Copeland. She holds it now. Lobs inside to Zambecki. Shot blocked. Hutcherson tips it around. Zambecki comes back down with it. 3-point shot by Kasparak. Good. Timeout, Southern Coffee County, full timeout. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. 2:16 left to go here in the third. Coming out at St. Paul Supermarket. Timeout called by Southern Coffee County. Hutcherson feeds it off to McCracken at left wing. Back to Watrick. Winner, McCracken, Watrick, Hutcherson, and Coombs in the game. 3-point shot by McCracken. Good! Sydney McCracken buries a 3. Right off the right-hand side of the top of the arc. Gives the Indians a 42-13 lead. Copeland with the basketball. Cross-court pass back to Allenball. She gives a ball fake, holds it. Guarded out there by Winter. Now steal by Watrick. Watrick on the breakaway. Allenball chases her. Shot up. No good. Winter with the rebound. Put back good. 44-13. 1:28 left to go here in the third. 31-point lead for the Indians. Well in control of this ball game. Led off of their defense, only allowing 13 points. Now another steal, bad pass. Watrick on the breakaway. Chase from behind, layup, no good again. Hutcherson gets it, and she's going to go, oh, they're going to call out. How in the world is that on Emily Hutcherson? Emily Hutcherson tapped the ball to herself, got the rebound, and they call a foul on her.
All she was doing was trying to grab the ball, and they called a foul on her.
That's a bad call. We'll have to give them that one. Katie Carter checks in for Hutcherson. Has logged some good minutes here tonight. 3 team fouls on each team, first on Hutcherson. 1:09 left to go in the third. Indians lead 44-13. Allen ball guarded out there by Winter. Picks up a dribble. Wattrick almost another steal. Stone with it. Backdoor pass is stolen out there by Winter. Winter feeds it ahead to Wattrick. Wattrick chased Stone. Going to be fouled on the floor. It's going to be Indian basketball.
It's kind of what happened last night. They start getting a lot of those steals, and the other team starts getting frustrated. Starts really committing some fouls that you wouldn't normally see committed.
Emerson Hall checks the score table first time tonight, as well as Dana Kasbrack, the 5'10 senior, checks in for the Titans. Coons with the basketball, off to Carter, a wide open three-pointer, left wing, good!
St. Paul really starting to break things open here late now.
Kasbrack right down back with the basketball. Shot from the baseline on its way, good. Good shot by her from the baseline. 47-15, 53 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Wattrick with the basketball. Back up top to Carter, over to Wattrick at the timeline. She holds the basketball out there as they look to play for the last shot. Southern Coffee County going to be content with letting Wattrick hold the ball out there. 30 seconds left. See when they decide to go here.
They're going to hold it and go to about 16 or so.
18 seconds left to go here before half. Wattrick still holds the ball up top. 13 seconds. Now Coach Tuck, as she backs up, gets set to play.
How about
Screen
10?
set for Coombs. 10 seconds. Wattrick loses it. Now lob inside and no good. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. As a shot at the buzzer by Kasbrack as well, short. At the end of three, 47-15. Lady Indians up by 32. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout. Let's St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse. Excuse me. Start of the fourth quarter. St. Paul leads 47-15. Well in control of this game.
Yep, St. Paul got control here. Just got to finish out strong here in the fourth quarter. Should have
feed off the right wing to Carter, who's in the game now. Carter, Winter, O'Brien, Hutcherson, and Rice. Hutcherson, top of the key, back into O'Brien. Turnaround, tough shot in front of the rim, no good. Rebound stripped away by Rice and put back up and in.
Good play by Sydney Rice. Should be running clock now, I would think.
Kasbrack with the basketball. Indians lead 49-15, up by 34 points, trying to punch a ticket to Hayes Thursday for the opening round of the state Division I 1A tournament. Travel on Kasbrack, gives the ball right back to the Indians. If the Lady Indians can make their way through this game, Mike, looks like they're well in control of that. They should come into that tournament as the number 2 or 3 seed.
Right.
It appears as though there's just one other team that has a better record than the Indians. Coldwater is 20-0 on the season, haven't been beat. O'Brien goes to the rim, shot up, no good, but she's fouled, so she'll go to the line to shoot 2. Kissington and St. Paul comes in both with a 17-2 record to start the tournament. So they should both have the identical record, and I assume it'll come to a coin toss of whether it's 2 or 3 seed. Either way, they'll end up on the same side as the bracket. So they'll either face the 6 or 7 seed, St. Paul will, which will either be Stockton or Rural Vista. That's what I was looking at earlier. This is assuming that every team with a better record wins tonight, which
right.
there is no assumption there. I mean, there is no guarantee there.
No guarantees for sure.
Not knowing for sure, but for sure we know that if the Lady Indians can finish this game off here in this fourth quarter, they will advance to Thursday's game sometime. That time is not set, as it will be seeded. I haven't asked Coach Turlip yet, or Athletic Director Mr. Turlip yet, but I assume it'll be seeded sometime tomorrow. Shot by Kasparak. Good, three-pointer.
Going to the second three-pointer for Kasparak here in the game.
Rice comes back down to basketball for the Indians, feeds it off to O'Brien at right wing. Into Winter in traffic. Bounce pass back to O'Brien. In the lane, shot up good.
I don't know how that worked, but it did.
Again, with a ton of contact, somehow she got that ball to go through the rim. No foul called, and there very well could have been one. 5:20 left to go in the game. 53-18, Lady Indians lead. Allen Ball with the basketball, Southern Coffee County. Top of the key. Feeds it over to the left wing to Kasparak. Now back to Allen Ball. She loses it for a minute, picks it back up. Now back up top to Kasparak. She's guarded out there by Hutcherson. A feed inside to Zambecki. Shot off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Emily Hutch. She pushes the ball up. She's going to be fouled. Oh, she's going to call for a carry from behind. So a turnover on Indians gives it right back to SCC.
Some of those you could call every time, and it's funny they just start calling it all of a sudden at the end of the game.
Braylon Falls, a 5'2" junior, checks in for Southern Coffee County, as well as Wattrick, McCracken, and Coombs checks in for Winter, Hutcherson, and Rice. So it'll be SCC ball here with about 4:14 left to go in this ball game as the Indians lead 53-18. Kasparak with the basketball for SCC. Feeds it off to right wing to Falls. Falls with the ball fake, gets it poked away. She's going to be fouled on the floor by Wattrick.
It's just Wattrick's second foul.
14 foul on the Lady Indians.
When I say just her second foul, when you consider how aggressive she is with her hands in there, pretty good to make it here to the fourth quarter with just 2 fouls.
Walters checks in for SCC, as well as number 25, Decker, the 5'9" sophomore. .330 left to go in the game. Zambecki feeds it back to Hall, who's in the game, guarded by Carter. Feed inside to Zambecki at the elbow. Feeds it back out. Now Falls with the ball into the elbow. Lob inside to Zambecki, and she's going to be fouled on the floor. And that's going to be the 15th foul on the Lady Indians.
It's going to be another one on Wattrick.
Third foul on Taylor Wattrick here. St. Paul leads 53-18. Under 3 minutes left to go in this game as the Indians try to win themselves another sub-state title.
That's going to be another one on Wattrick, I believe. Yep.
3 fouls in a row on Taylor Wattrick. She's went from 2 fouls to
now she's up to 4.
4 in about 15 seconds or less. Feed inside to Zambecki. Contested, rebound, Southern Coffee County. Shot up, no good. Carter with rebound, and she's going to be fouled. I assume it will be against Southern Coffee County. We don't really care how many whistles they blow now,
no,
Mike, because the
it's not
clock's
going
still
to matter.
running.
That's right, keep her going. That's Zambecki, that's her 5th foul, I believe.
Zambecki's just fouled out of the game as number 22, Kyra Ole, the 5'6" freshman, checks into the game. Wattrick feeds it off to McCracken, lob inside to O'Brien. O'Brien spins, ball's fake, layup good. How many does that get O'Brien up to on the night, Mike?
22 points for Caitlin. She needs 2 more for 1,000.
Ball goes out of bounds. 1:42, 1:30 left to go in the game.
Clock's running, a minute and a half. We'll see if she gets a shot at it.
55-18, Lady Indians lead. Feed into O'Brien, a couple ball fakes, spins into the front of the rim, shot up, no good. And she's going to be a foul over the back on O'Brien. 1:18 clock running. That's going to send Southern Coffee County to the line to shoot front end of a 1-and-1.
Boy, it'd sure be nice to get a chance to get that last basket.
Foley comes to the scorer's table for the Lady Indians. For McCracken. 56 seconds left to go. 1-and-1 for the Titans. Shot up on its way and good. As that's just the first one as everybody takes off running out of there. As everybody knows what's going to happen.
Yep,
the ball
everybody knows.
into the court. It's going to go in Caitlin O'Brien's hands as she makes both free throws. Carter with the basketball, pushes it down, feeds it off to O'Brien. She drives towards the rim, back to Foley, back into O'Brien. Shot up, good! And O'Brien gets her 1,000th point.
Yep, that's a special moment there for Caitlin O'Brien.
Home in the sub-state finals. Shot up, no good. O'Brien with the rebound over the back with 8 seconds left.
Yeah, that's nice. Nice that she got to be able to do that here, especially taking the sub-state championship and get to score 1,000 points.
So that's a nice end to a nice ball game here. Nothing mean by that. It's nice for her to be able to get her 1,000th point here at home here tonight, and she did in the waning moments of this game. That was won easily by St. Paul. So 57-20 is the final score here at St. Paul. St. Paul will advance to Hayes for the state playoffs in Class 1, Division 1 in basketball. Well, surely they give the trophies out here as we have the awards presentation, but we're going to go ahead and take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back from that 2-minute timeout. We'll have the KW Trucking postgame show. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout for the St. Paul Indian basketball on Hot 105.
Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse here, St. Paul, Kansas at St. Paul High School, where the St. Paul Lady Indians have just punched their ticket to the state tournament to be played in Hayes beginning next week with a 57-20 defeat of the Southern Coffee County Lady Titans. Also a big part of the night for St. Paul, another big moment right at the end of the game. St. Paul senior Caitlin O'Brien comes up with her 1,000th point in her high school career, so big night all around for the Lady Indians, especially for Caitlin O'Brien, as we welcome you to our KW Trucking postgame show here, following up on the Lady Indians victory here tonight. Good overall victory by the Lady Indians. They played well both offensively and defensively. That man-to-man defense that's been their bread and butter defense all year long, really the only thing they've played. It didn't let them down tonight, causing 20 turnovers for Southern Coffee County, and so they did a lot of heavy work on defense, really causing the turnovers, making a big difference. But at the same time, they were able to convert a lot of points, do a lot of good things on offense, open up the outside game, opened up the inside game, were patient when they needed to be, and played a really good game. So overall, good job by St. Paul. I'll go over the stats real quick now for the Lady Indians. We're going to try to get a little something special, extra interviews maybe between the games. So I'm going to go ahead and do the game stats for St. Paul for tonight. Caitlin O'Brien led all scorers, and St. Paul had 24 points, giving her 1,000th point. So I'm going to give Caitlin, I think it's pretty obvious, our derail commodity player of the game tonight is going to go to Caitlin O'Brien, capping off a great career here at St. Paul High School with 24 points on the night. Emily Hutcherson came in with 7 points on the night. Sydney Rice with 6. Emily Winter and Katie Coombs both had 5 points for the Lady Indians, and Taylor Watrick with 4. Overall, St. Paul shot 42% from two-point range, actually 47 overall for the game from two-point range, 30% from outside the three. They were only 4 of 13. Took a few more shots than they did last night. Couldn't get a lot of them to go, but they ended up making 4 of 13 for 30%. Free throw shooting was decent at 63%, 7 of 11. Overall, pretty good for St. Paul on the shooting. Could improve a little bit, but regardless of that, it's celebration time tonight for the Lady Indians as they're ready now to head to the state tournament at Hayes next week, Dan.
Big congratulations to the Lady Indians and a great game put together here tonight. Sometimes it's kind of tough after beating a team pretty handily towards the end of the season. It's hard to do it twice in a row, but there was no lack of focus here tonight, Mike. They controlled that game from the very tip.
Yep, they did. They controlled it both sides of the court, the offensively and defensively, and just were in control the entire game like they really thought they might be. But then again, like you said, you can't take anything for granted. You still got to get out there on the floor and do the work and get it done. We're
going to try to get those 3 senior leaders on the radio here tonight. In between games, there's 20 minutes for warm-ups in between, and they're taking a lot of pictures and stuff. We'll try to get them up here. Also going to try to get Coach Tuck on briefly here at halftime of the boys' game. Congratulate him and get his input on what he thinks he got coming up going to Hayes now, because the girls have just punched their ticket to Hayes. They will play Thursday at some point in time. If you want to check all the bracket after tonight, I would say by tomorrow midday, it should be on the Acacia website. We're going to take another break. We're going to take another 2-minute timeout. We'll be back after that 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Indian basketball on Hot 105. Well, welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse here in St. Paul, where the Lady Indians come out with a big victory here against Southern Coffee County tonight. And we are not on the air.
I heard it would go dead. I don't know what happened. Live streamers, hopefully you're still on the air, but we lost the phone connection, so we're going to try and dial them back up.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse as we are in the Richie's Pharmacy pregame show here. We're going to wrap things up with a KW Trucking postgame show at the same time as we're going to try to get some of the senior girls here on before this next game starts. But both boys teams out warming up as St. Paul tries to make it a sweep here tonight against Southern Coffee County as the girls has punched their tickets. Now the boys are going to try to punch theirs.
Yeah, boys are going to have a challenge ahead of them, though. They've already faced this Southern Coffee County team and had all they wanted. Southern Coffee came out with the victory earlier in the regular season, so St. Paul boys have a little motivation, looking for some revenge. If they do get their revenge, it gets them into the state tournament, so it's going to be a big game for St. Paul tonight.
It's going to be a big game for the Indians. They're going to have to play much better than they did the last time. Indians have been much improved since that ball game, in my opinion, especially defensively, so we hope that can continue on tonight. Here in this ball game tonight will be the final game of the season here in Billy Fager Fieldhouse. It's really nice to be able to host Sub-State here at home. We've had it pretty nice here down the stretch here, Mike. The last 4 Sub-State at home, so we haven't had to do much traveling.
That's right. We haven't had a lot to complain about, and the Indians haven't either. They've had a pretty good record as they finished out the season here at home, and then coming through here at the Sub-State tournament, able to host that really, makes a difference. They don't have to do all that road time traveling in the school bus back and forth every night. And, that can really help you out as you come down here to the end of the season.
And this game is going to be brought to you by CD Electric on the live stream. Get a hold of Chris Dent for all your electrical needs. Appreciate all the sponsors here tonight. This will be our last live stream of the season as Keisha and Hayes. You'll be able to live stream, but it'll be at Hayes is where you'll have to pick it up for. As we're going to get some of the senior girls on here in just a minute. We're going to be back after 1 minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Indian basketball on Hot 105. Welcome to our Derail Commodity or KW Trucking postgame show as I welcome in Mike laughing at me here. The senior girls here tonight. Our first senior is going to be Emily Winter. Emily, congratulations on your sub-state victory.
Thank you.
Did you have fun tonight?
Yeah.
How about all season?
Yeah.
Was this one of your goals to get through the sub-state and make it back out to Hayes again?
Definitely.
Definitely, yes. What's the most thing you've enjoyed about this team this year?
Not only do we mesh as a team, but we come out with excitement. And when we do come out with excitement, it's just a blast to play together.
Looks like it is. You guys have played real well, especially down the stretch here. And sometimes it's hard to face the teams twice. You'd already faced Southern Coffee County. You come back in, it looked like you was focused from the very start.
Yep. Do our best.
Yep. What's one of your goals going out to Hayes?
For us, it would be going out from the start and playing hard, being focused, and having fun for sure, because that's when we're at our best.
You bet. As a senior, it's you're getting towards the end of your high school career on the basketball court. You might as well have fun at it.
Right.
You've done a very good job. They're very proud of you this year, Emily. What's one of your fondest memories all year long?
Oh, goodness. I don't know. This might be this right here might be it.
This is a pretty good memory to have. It sure is.
Yeah.
You guys played well this year, and I know you look forward to going out to Hayes and continue it on. 2 years ago, third place finish. Last year, fifth place, I believe. Either way, or fourth place. This year, you look to advance past that first round. I'm sure you've got goals to do good out there.
Yeah.
We know you will.
the top.
Congratulations. We're going to go ahead and get our next senior in here, whichever one it is.
Thank you.
Whoever you want it. Congratulations.
Can you hear?
Our next senior is Sydney Rice, one of the 3 seniors for the Indians. Congratulations, Sydney.
Thank you.
What was one of your goals this year?
One of my goals this year probably was to bring everybody together as a team, because in the past, I think really we've had some problems with team chemistry, and I think we've done a decent job of that, Caitlin, Emily, and I, of bringing everybody together and really being a team. I
definitely agree with that. You're definitely one of the most unselfish teams I've seen play. You've got very unselfishly on fast breaks. You always give it to the open person. I was telling Emily, I know one of your goals was to make it to the sub-state final and advance into state. What's one of your goals going to state at Hayes?
Obviously, being a state champion is a goal all of us want to achieve, but just to really have fun, it's a game. I think we forget that we're going out there and we're playing a game. We need to have fun and be a team and do that together.
You bet. One of this team's attributes, one of your main attributes is your good defense, your hustle on the floor. You, Wadrick, Hutcherson, McCracken, everybody that's out in the guard position do such a good job out there. Do you consider your defense that leads you towards your offense?
Absolutely. I think that, it starts on defense. You get steals and you go to the other end for layups, and that hypes everybody up. That gets you hyped up, makes you feel good. And I think that, yeah, definitely, you good defense, and it makes you get in the flow of offense.
Has being out to Hayes Hayes or Dodge the last couple of years, is that going to help you going again this year?
Yeah, I think the more experience you have kind of being in a tournament like that, you're not as nervous. You've been there before. You kind of know what to expect. We have a lot of young girls, which I've kind of been worried about, but I think that they'll perform and they'll do a good job.
You leaders will do a fine job getting ready to play, and go out there and have fun. It's going to be one of your last ball games, okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our last senior is Miss 1000. Barely got it there, Caitlin.
I know, it was close.
It was close, as she needed 24 points on the night to get to 1,000. That's exactly what she got, and it became pretty obvious that everybody was wanting you to get to that 1,000 points here at Billy Fager Fieldhouse at home. How special is that for you?
It is one of my best memories of my life. I couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah, it's nice enough to be able to win a sub-state championship here at home, but to also get your 1,000th point on that same night's got to be very special.
Yes.
Are you done? Is that your last goal?
No.
No?
Now we're going to go to Hayes and look for a state championship.
That's girl. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for. Hey, what's one of your fondest memories this year besides tonight? Obviously, this is going to be one of your very fondest memories, but especially as your team goes, what's one of your fondest memories with your other 2 senior leaders? Do you have any special ones?
Probably when we won 3rd place my sophomore year. And all 3 of us seniors now, we're struggling for playing time, and we're just new to it. And our leaders that year have led us to be what we are now.
And I asked Sydney the same question I'll ask you. How much is it going to help you that you have been to Hayes and Dodge for the last 2 years? Are you going to be more comfortable going out there this year?
Yeah, hopefully my confidence in myself will move on to the sophomore girls and help them not be as nervous, and how I can make that more comfortable for them.
Well, you guys go out there and have a blast, okay?
Thank you.
Congratulations. You've done a great job. We're going to take one more break and get back to our Richie's Pharmacy pregame show. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul Indian Basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse. As you're listening to the Richie's Pharmacy pregame show as both teams finish their warm-ups on the court. We're about 5 minutes until our Styles Fitness More tip off to this second ball game of the night, where you just got done listening to the Lady Indians win Substate here at home at Billy Fager Fieldhouse, as well as also Caitlin O'Brien scored her 1,000th point in the last waning moment of that game. So congratulations to Caitlin and Emily and Sydney, the three seniors, and the whole team as far as the way they've played this year. Just 2 losses on the season, one in overtime to Galena, where they didn't play that well, but still got beat by a very good Galena ball team, and another one in the midseason tournament against Pierce City, a great Missouri team. So St. Paul will go into Hayes Thursday night as either the 2 or the 3 seed with 2 losses on the record up to this point. And we're not sure who they'll play. We'll have to watch tomorrow. We got an idea if everybody carries through the bracket with a winning record, which is most likely not to happen, but we'll see how that works out tomorrow. So the Indians will have their seeding and their playing time tomorrow. What we do know, it will be Thursday at Hayes when the Lady Indians will play. Now getting set for the next game, the boys are going to try to punch their ticket into Hayes to a Wednesday game, because boys play on Wednesday this year, girls play on Thursday. It will be a tough matchup for the boys here tonight. They've played Southern Coffee County towards the end of the year and got beat by, I believe it was about 11 points, Southern Coffee County, where so pretty good game in the first half, as I remember in that ball game. Second half, Southern Coffee County kind of took control of that game. Connor Ludoff, one of the leaders of the team, as well as Lime Cooler, the 6'3 junior. Ludoff, the 6'1 senior, had a great game at St. Paul, so look for them to get them two under control, as well as Colgan Ohl, a 6'2 junior, also wreaked havoc. A lot of height on Southern Coffee County's side of the board, Mike.
Yeah, they'll have their hands full again, but the good news is they'll know what to expect this time around. Bad news is now Southern Coffee County also knows what to expect from St. Paul. They've seen each other, and they're pretty familiar after that game. It was a tough game, and Southern Coffee County put together a good first half and second half, and St. Paul just couldn't finish it out, couldn't get back within striking distance. Tried to make a little run in the second half, if I remember right, and just couldn't get close enough to get anything moving.
We're going to take one more break. When we come back from that break, we'll have starting lineups for each team. We'll be back after this next 1-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Welcome back to St. Paul High School as we start here at the Billy Fager Fieldhouse. Get ready for the introductions as we go into the nightcap game tonight, the boys championship game, with the winner coming out of here with a ticket just like the girls headed for Hayes, Kansas for the state basketball tournament. For St. Paul starting tonight, we'll look at see what Coach Watcher decides to go with. Big crowd on hand here for the boys night. A good crowd for the girls as well, but it seems like the stands have filled up a little more maybe here for the boys contest. Good crowd for St. Paul and good crowd for Southern Coffee County too, sitting on that side of the gym with us. And they've brought a lot of folks down with them. So if you're joining us on the radio or the live stream from Southern Coffee County, we welcome you. Glad to have you along for the ride, but we'll be watching for the St. Paul Indians here as they prepare to be introduced by the announcer, public service announcer. We had the national anthem before the girls' game, so we won't have that. Southern Coffee County getting ready to get lined up and start to be introduced tonight. Looks like they're going to start 2 seniors, maybe 3 seniors, and can't see the numbers on the bench, so we'll wait.
Let's go this way. Let's go. Southern Coffee County has made their way into this game by getting a victory over Marmonton Valley in the semifinal Thursday night. So they advance to the finals. St. Paul makes their way by a nice win over Lebo, Mike, 57-39, that advanced St. Paul to the finals here tonight.
That's right. Brendan Doherty, senior for St. Paul, is introduced first for St. Paul. He's also matched up out there with Luke Gillis, number 11, a 5'9" senior for Southern Coffee County. Number 4, Caleb Pekka, the senior for St. Paul. He'll meet up with number 23, Connor Ludoff, the 6'1" senior for Southern Coffee County. Ludoff was one of the big point producers in the first matchup between these two teams. Number 22, senior Braven Bourne, checks in for St. Paul. Bourne, one of the top offensive threats. He's a threat from both inside and outside, likes to drive the lane, but also good from outside three-point range. He'll meet up with Kogan Ole, number 24, for Southern Coffee County. He's a 6'2" junior. Ole had some offensive production for Southern Coffee County in the first matchup. Kenny Haney, the junior, number 23, checks in for St. Paul. Haney, looks like they've got Haney listed as 6'3", and he's every bit of that with those big, long arms. He's going to be matched up against Jet Harvey, number 25, a 6'2" junior for Southern Coffee County. That'll be a matchup to watch underneath. Topping things off for St. Paul, number 50, Anthony Albertini, the senior, plays a lot of time underneath the basket. He's going to be matched up under there with number 35, Dawson Limecooler, who was really the big threat, or the big scorer and producer for Southern Coffee County in the first matchup. So good matchup tonight. Indians got the work cut out for them, but I think they're ready to go, ready to play. I know Coach Watcher's done a lot of work with the boys, getting them fired up and ready for this game, which you shouldn't have to fire up much. It's a championship game of sub-state. The winner goes on to state.
Southern Coffee County comes in at 15-4 to start the sub-state. St. Paul come in at 11-8. Playing better down the stretch, though, have the Indians been. So hopefully the Indians can get off to a good start here as we get set for our Styles Fitness and More tip-off to the second game of the night here. Haney, Doherty, Pekka, Bourne, and Albertini, Anthony Albertini, gets start for the Indians. Gills, Ludoff, Ole, Harvey, and Limecooler gets a start for Southern Coffee County. As Limecooler and Haney set off at center court as we get set for the tip-off. 8 minutes on the clock, and we're set to get underway here, Mike.
Yep, here we go. Final matchup.
Tip is controlled by Southern Coffee County. It goes off to number 25, Harvey. Back up top to Ludoff, back to Harvey into Limecooler. He's double-teamed down there in traffic. Back up top to Ludoff. Looks like the Indians starting in a zone here. Three-point shot from the right baseline gets stuck up in the rim, so it's going to be a jump ball. So the possession arrow goes to the Indians.
That's the way to start the game. We'll see if somebody get up there and get the ball down. Caleb Pekka, of all people, jumps up and knocks the ball off of the rim.
St. Paul basketball as Gills missed a three from the left sideline. Looks like Doherty's going to be guarded by Gills, the 5'9" senior. So look for that matchup, Mike. I'd like to see Doherty get in there on the post quick against him. He definitely has
a good matchup underneath.
Nice height advantage. Doherty been aggressive going towards the rim here of late. Bourne brings the ball down against Ludoff, kicks it off to Albertini. Doherty ends up on the floor. Gills helps him back up off the floor. Now Doherty, bounce pass inside to Albertini, shot in front of the rim, off the rim, no good. Caleb Pekka chases down that rebound. Feeds it back to Haney, back up top to Doherty. Doherty into the lane, and lots of contact. No call made. It's going to stay with the Indians.
No call either way there. Doherty.
It's off of Southern Coffee County. Doherty initiated that contact. He's lucky he didn't pick up a charge to start this ball game. Haney with the ball under the rim. Looks, lobs it in. Now a foul called, offensive foul called against the Indians.
Going to be a physical game. They're going to let them play.
That's going to be on Anthony Albertini. First team foul of the game, first on Albertini. Full court pressure applied by the Indians. That's what really gave him the momentum against Lebo the other night. It's causing some turnovers off his full court pressure. Lime Cooler with the ball, crosses half court, feeds it down to the corner to Harvey. Harvey back up top to Gillis. Now another three-pointer by Harvey is right through there from the left baseline. 3-0, Southern Coffee County leads. 6:52 left to go in the game. Doherty in, tries to feed it to Haney, and it's out of bounds off his fingertips. Turnover gives it back to Southern Coffee County. Lead 3-0. Ludoff with the ball. Feeds it back to Ole. Feeds it, now stripped away by Bourne. Bourne towards the rim, left-hand left, good. Feed all the way down the court to Lime Cooler. He's guarded by Pekka. Gets it back to Gillis. Gillis to Ludoff. Inside, it's going to be a foul. And it's going to be on Anthony Albertini. He's just picked up his second foul early in this ball game, I believe. As the ref wants to pick on Anthony to start this ball game, as it brings Easton Dent to the scorers table.
St. Paul set up on the opposite bench of what they normally have for a home game.
3-2. Southern Coffee County up by 1 early on this game. 6:30 left to go here in the first. Lime Cooler with the basketball inside. Now another foul called underneath. That's going to send Lime Cooler to line to shoot 2.
That's going to be on Haney, I believe.
Third team foul already on the Indians, so nothing going their way as far as the whistles to start this ball game. Lots of fouls in the first minute and a half of the game against the Indians.
You know, that's one of the things St. Paul's going to have to really watch and not let themselves get down if they get in a little bit of a hole here, just fight their way back out of it.
Lime Cooler's free throws right up and through there. It gives Southern Coffee County a 4-2 lead. Settles in at the line. Second free throw's on its way and through there and good. 5-2. Southern Coffee up by 3. 6:25 left to go here in the first quarter. Bourne with the basketball against Ludoff. Man-to-man defense applied by Southern Coffee County. Off to Pekka. Pekka looks in at Bent. Now puts it back top of the key. Now over to Haney. Now bounce pass inside to Doherty. Loses it. Reverse layup. Good. Full court pressure by the Indians. Ludoff feeds it ahead. That ball goes up ahead to Harvey. Harvey back to Ludoff. Pass inside, almost stolen away by Pekka. Now it's loose. Now it gets it out at the left wing position to Harvey. Now up to top to Gillis. Feed inside the Lime Cooler, out to Ludoff. 3-point shot. Good.
Boy, good ball movement. Good ball movement.
That's going to be a foul on Ole on the floor. First team foul as Southern Coffee County hot from the outside to start this ball game. Indians going to have to close out on that zone defense a little quicker on that outside shooting, not leave Ludoff alone. 8-4. Southern Coffee County up by 4. Now it looks as though Southern Coffee County is going to go into a 2-3 zone.
I don't know who they called that foul on. They called it on Ole, I guess.
Yeah, it was on Ole.
Okay.
Doherty into the lane, kicks it out to Haney. 3-point shot by him, off the backboard, no good. Rebound Ludoff. Ludoff brings the ball back down hard off to the right wing. Now back up to Ludoff. It goes through his hands and back court and out of bounds. So it'll be Indians basketball. It's going to be their ball under the rim.
Should get it under the basket, yeah.
Yeah, should be. Ludoff let that ball go all the way down the court. So it's going to be Indians basketball going to have a chance under their own basket to get a score here. As Caleb Pekka set to put the ball in play for the Indians. Lobs it into Haney. Haney guarded by Ludoff. Now to Bourne. Bourne bounce pass into Pekka. Pekka in traffic back to Bourne. He's guarded out there by Ole. Bounce pass into Dent. Couple ball fakes against Lime Cooler. No shot can't go. Rebounds number 25 Harvey. Feeds it back to Ludoff. To Harvey. Back to Ludoff. Now over to Gillis. Lob inside the lime cooler. Couple ball fakes, shot up, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It's going to be out on Southern Coffee County and go back to the Indians.
Well, Lime Cooler's not afraid to bang around underneath, that's for sure.
Doherty feeds it into Bourne, 8-4. Southern Coffee up by 4. Feed over to Pekka, right wing. Looks inside, 2-3 zone applied by Southern Coffee County. Now to Bourne. Bourne over to Doherty. Screen set by Dent. Doherty into the lane, feeds it back to nobody. Ball's loose on the floor, still loose. Dent comes out there with it, tries to get it back to Pekka. Now Ole has it. Now ball stripped loose from Pekka for a minute. Feeds it back to Ludoff. 3-on-2 opportunity now cut off by the Indians. They hustle back on defense. Cross court pass to Ole. Ole in front of the rim. Shot up. Gets the bounce and it goes. 10-4. Southern Coffee County up by 6. Off to Bourne at right wing. Zone applied by Southern Coffee County. Bourne up above the timeline. Feeds it back to Pekka. Pekka back to Bourne. Over to Doherty. Doherty thought about the long three, passed on it. Gets it into Haney. A lot of hand slapping, no calls. Bourne, three-point shot right wing. Off the back iron, no good. Rebound, Ole. Ole feeds it back to Ludoff. Southern Coffee County leads 10-4. 3:38 left to go in the first. Feed off to Gillis. Now back to Ludoff. Now over to Harvey. Back up to Ludoff. To Ole, to Gillis. Three-point shot by him. He gets it to go. (13-4). Southern Coffee County up by 9. Bourne over to Haney. Shot from the baseline on the way long. No good. Ole with the rebound. That's going to be a foul on Pekka. Fourth team foul on the Indians. Just one on the Titans.
St. Paul needs to settle down here.
Number 3 checks in Gibson for Southern Coffee County.
You get a little momentum against you. That's the best time to have some character and just settle yourself in and get back to your game.
3-2 zone applied by the Indians. Harvey at right wing, up top to Ludoff. Back up top to Ludoff as he holds the ball over to Gibson. Feed inside, knocked away by Bourne, but somehow Ole chases it down all the way into the rim. Shot up, no good. And Haney with the foul, and it's going to send him to the line to shoot 2. The Indians just can't get to the loose ball here tonight so far. They've had their opportunities for a few steals, but the ball keeps bouncing to Southern Coffee County. Ole settles at the line to shoot 2. 5th team foul already on the Indians. 2nd on Kenny Haney. As Lemons comes to the scores table, as well as Adam Albertini for the Indians with 2:51 left to go here in the first. Haney has to come out of the game with 4 fouls. Braven Bourne comes out for a breather.
Haney's just got 2 fouls.
Ole settles in at the line for the second. On its way, no good. Rebound, Doherty. 14-4. Southern Coffee County up by 10. Indians dug themselves a hole early on this game off the hot shooting for Southern Coffee County from the outside. 3 threes on the night, 9 of their 14 points. Adam Albertini fresh in the game. 3 up on its way, no good. And that's out on Ole's foot, or excuse me, Ludoff's foot. And it goes to the Indians under their own basket. St. Paul basketball going to get an opportunity out. Time out, St. Paul. And let's see what it is here. We'll go ahead and take a 30-second timeout. It goes St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. That timeout brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. Coach Watrick needed time out there. They trail 14-4, trying to get something to go offensively here. Doherty with the basketball, feeds it back to Pekka, hands it back to Doherty. 2-3 zone applied by Southern Coffee County. Lemons with the basketball in the game now. Now he dribbles to the top of the key, feeds it off to Doherty. Long three-pointer, no good, off the iron. Lime Cooler with the rebound. 2-3 zone applied by the Indians now. Off to the corner to Ludoff. Ludoff, three-point shot, right baseline, good.
Boy, we can't let Ludoff have that much room out there.
13-point lead for Southern Coffee County. They can't seem to miss from the outside. Peckett gets it off to Doherty. Indians can't buy a bucket. Doherty is going to be fouled on the floor. Just the second team foul on Southern Coffee County. And that's Gibson with the foul. 4 3-pointers on the night for Southern Coffee County, so they're shooting hot. 4 or 5 or 4 or 6. I think they've only missed 1 or 2. Indians have yet to connect for one. Lemons with the basketball. Gibson on him. Off to Pekka, now to Albertini at the baseline. Dribbles up, gives it to Pekka. Three-point shot by him is in and out, no good. Dent with the rebound, feeds it back up top to Albertini. Albertini with the basketball, taps it out to Doherty, sets his feet, three-pointer, good. 17-7. 10-point lead for SCC. Feeds it ahead. Cross-court pass to Ole. Back up top to Ludoff. Ludoff, right wing to Gibson. Lobs it into Lime Cooler. Lime Cooler back up top to Ole. Wide open Harvey. Left wing. Three-pointer. Off the rim. No good. Lime Cooler with the rebound. And who's that foul on?
I think it's going to be on Easton Dent, maybe.
No, I believe it's going to be on Lime Cooler on the push in the back.
Okay.
As SCC not happy with that call.
I don't think they agreed with that call, is what my guess is.
Well, Lime Cooler, I think, got away with the push in the back.
Yeah, I think he did.
Dent had a little space on it, or had the block out on him, but Lime Cooler got a little space on him by pushing in the back. The ref on the other side called it. They definitely didn't like it on this side of the.
Well, the way they've let him bang around. I don't know.
Dent with the shot and the foul. He gets it to go, so he's going to get the chance at three-point plays. Now it's 17-9 as the Indians trying to crawl back into this game. 50.7 seconds left to go in the first.
That's another foul on Lime Cooler, too. That's his second.
Second foul on Lime Cooler. Dent with good presence. Lime Cooler's got 3 or 4 inches on him. Dent tries to cut this lead from 8 to 7 with a free throw. He lines up. It's on its way and off the back iron. No good. And that's Ole with the rebound. As Southern Coffee County wanting over the back on Doherty. Ludoff lob inside to Ole. Shot up. No good, but he's fouled. He's going to go line to shoot 2 as they let him get past and get position. That's going to be Doherty's first foul, 6th team foul already on the Indians here early on in this first quarter, early on in this ball game. 41 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Ole's free throw on its way, in and out and in. Gets it to go, 18-9 as Bravenborn checks in for Caleb Pekka, and Lime Cooler comes out as Gillis checks back in for SCC. Ole settles in for his second. It's on its way and in and out. No good. Doherty with the rebound. 9-point lead for Southern Coffee County. 37 seconds left. Doherty in, loses it, gets it back. Layup good. Ludoff with the basketball. A little pressure by the Indians. Gets it to Gillis. Now to Gibson. Sets his feet. 3-point shot. Off the front of the rim. No good. Ludoff gets the rebound. The Indians can't secure a rebound even in that zone defense. Ole goes towards the rim, loses it. Ball's loose on the floor. Dent comes out there with it. Now gets it back to Doherty.
They're going to call a walk on Easton Dent.
I don't understand how the ref on this side calls it. The ref standing right next to him doesn't. Either way, Dent with his rear end on the floor gets called for the travel. Gillis, 3-point lob inside, stolen by Doherty. Thought he was shooting a 3, but he was trying to lob it inside. Doherty feeds it off to Adam Albertini. Step back three-pointer by him. Off the rim, no good. At the buzzer. So at the end of the first quarter, 18-11. Southern Coffee County leads by 7. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You listen to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back out of that St. Paul timeout. Start of the second quarter, 18-11. Southern Coffee County leads and they have possession of the basketball. Indians go to a man here on defense to start this second quarter. Bourne is on Ludoff. Back up top to Gibson, now to Gillis. Gillis back up top to Gibson. Now back to Ludoff. Bourne picks him up by the timeline. Just underway here in the second. Back to Gibson. Lob inside to Ole. He's guarded by Anthony Albertini. He's got two fouls on the night. Ole goes in front of the rim. Shot up, no good. Doherty with the rebound. Doherty pushes the ball down hard. Gets it to Anthony Albertini. Now back to Adam Albertini. Back to Anthony Albertini. It's blocked to Ludoff out of bounds. But it'll stay with the Indians.
St. Paul only shot 35% in the first quarter, Dan. They were 5 of 14 overall.
Adam Albertini looks to get it in, does to Doherty. Doherty feeds it out to Lemons. Lemons drives towards the baseline, now gets out of there, feeds it back to Doherty. 2-3 zone applied by Southern Coffee County. Doherty into traffic, goes out of bounds, and it's going to stay with the Indians. It's off of Southern Coffee. Adam Albertini set to put the ball in play. Doherty in a lot of traffic there.
Yeah.
Feed up top to Bourne. 7:05 left to go here in the second. 18-11. Southern Coffee County up by 7. Doherty with the basketball against the zone. Drives towards the baseline. Gets bumped. No call made. Out to Anthony Albertini and out to Lemons. Lemons over to Bourne. Long three-pointer by Bourne. Short. No good. Chased down by Lemons. Now Doherty with the three-pointer, right wing, good! 4-point ball game, 18-14. Ludoff with the basketball for SCC. Back up top to Gibson. Feed down to Ole, guarded by Anthony Albertini. Now feed to Ludoff, into traffic, no good. Rebound secured by Ludoff, ball's loose on the floor. Bourne comes out of there with it. Bourne pushes it in the middle of the floor. Adam Albertini with the basketball. Back out to Bourne, over to Doherty. Three-point shot, left wing, long, no good. Rebound, Southern Coffee County. Ludoff brings it up, and that's going to be a shove off of Ludoff on Lemons, and he did stick his forearm out on the way by. Fourth team foul on Southern Coffee County, first on Ludoff. There's St. Paul basketball on the sideline. Getting a little excited over here, Mike.
Well, they're wanting to call down on this end of the floor. I've been watching their coach, and he's wanting to call on Doherty that he's not getting. That's why he was so upset with the official on that call, I believe.
Doherty feeds it back to Bourne, up by the timeline. Over to Adam Albertini at left wing. Albertini, cross-court pass over to Bourne, looks inside. Now top of the key to Albertini, back to Doherty. Doherty drives towards the baseline, into traffic. He's going to call for the walk. Full court pressure applied by the Indians. Ludoff with the basketball, feeds it back to Ole. Ole back to Ludoff. Ludoff guarded by Lemons. He crosses half court with it. Now feeds it to the corner, down to Harvey. Harvey back to Ludoff, picked up out there by Lemons. 5:29 left to go before half, 18-14. Now Ludoff feeds it to Ole at the elbow, back up top, three-point shot. Gibson, no good. Rebound, Lemons feeds it ahead to Doherty. Doherty's layup, good. Gillis with the basketball, feeds it back to Ludoff.
That's 1,000 points for Brendan Doherty on the career, too, right there, Dan.
Feed inside to Ole, layup is good.
Failed to mention that in the pregame. Doherty had needed 12, and that was it.
To Lemons, 20-16. Southern Coffee County up by 4. St. Paul has clawed their way back into this game. Bounce pass inside to Albertini, now to Anthony Albertini. Now back out to Bourne, sets his feet, three-pointer, good!
St. Paul warming up.
1-point ball game, 20-19. Excuse me. Ludoff with the basketball. Feeds it back to Gillis, picked up out there by Albertini.
St. Paul really stepped up the pace here of the game, both offensively and defensively.
Ole back to Ludoff. Lou ball stripped from behind. Now it's going to be a foul on Bourne.
That's going to be a foul on Braven Bourne. That'll be his first foul of the game, but that'll be the 7th. I believe that's 7th team foul. That'll put him in the 1-and-1.
As number 31.
Connor Ludoff's going to go to the free throw line for Southern Coffee County. He's got 6 points so far in the first half.
As Crooks gets set to check in.
Now they're going to have a little confusion here, see what the officials are going to come to the scorer's table and what they're not sure what they're discussing. I guess they are going to go for the 1-on-1. I think they weren't sure that it was the bonus, but it was. That was the 7th team foul. Now we've got got substitutions going on, and we've got a guy lined up for the free throws. I guess we'll finally get to the 1-on-1 here and see what happens.
Crooks checks into the game as Ludoff settles in for the front end of the 1-1 as Kayla Pekka also comes to scorer's table. Long, no good. Doherty with the rebound. Indians trail by 1, 20-19. 4:14 left to go here in the first half. Kayla Lemons wide open three-pointer. Good! Timeout, Southern Coffee County. Oh, wait a minute. That's just an official timeout.
Yep, officials timeout. I think they're going to recognize Brendan Doherty maybe for his 1,000th point, I believe.
I'm not sure what's exactly going on, but...
Oh, he's calling the coaches in? What's he doing? Yep, calling the coaches in the scorer's table.
Assistant coaches into the scorer's table. I'm not sure what any of this is about.
See what we're going to do here, looking at the clock now. Maybe there's some question on the time.
It's 22-20. Indians up by 2. 4:05 left to go here in the second quarter. I'm not sure.
Could be a question on the arrow, Dan. They may be questioning whether they switch the possession arrow at the quarter. Yeah.
So we're set to go. We don't know what the conversation was about. I guess we'll figure it out later. But Indians crawl back into this game, Mike. Nice comeback
Yeah,
here.
they have made a really nice comeback.
Down as many as 13 come back. Now they have a 2-point lead. 4:05 left to go here in the second period.
That's the thing. You live and die by the three-pointer. They started out pretty cold, but they've heated up pretty well here in the second quarter.
Oh, back to Ludoff. Ludoff with the ball picked up out there by Bourne. Man-to-man defense applied by the Indians. 17 fouls on the Indians, 5 on Southern Coffee County. Back up top to Harvey. Now to Gillis, to Ole now. Ole up top to Crooks, who's just checked into the game. Now Harvey. Harvey looks inside at Ludoff, kicks it back out to Gillis. Now he feeds it to Ludoff. Bourne gets tied up on him. He gets around Bourne all the way to the rim. Layup good.
Boy, they just let him go right to the basket.
Going to have some help on defense there. Lemons with the basketball. Tie game, 22-22. Doherty, right wing with the basketball. Cross-court pass over to Lemons. Lemons dribbles back up the top of the key. Bounce pass over to Doherty. Doherty. Crooks all over him. Cross-court pass to Bourne. Bourne with the ball fake. Bounce out to Albertini. Shot by Albertini off the back iron. No good. Albertini comes out there with it. Back to Lemons. Lemons looks in at Pekka. Now cross-court pass to Bourne. Three-point shot by him. Off the back iron. No good. But Doherty with the rebound. Doherty into the lane. Floater on the way. He can't get it to go. Pekka with the rebound. In traffic. He's going to be fouled by behind by Harvey. Indians can't get the ball to go through the basket on this possession, but a good possession for the Indians.
They're getting
many
some
attempts.
Not a lot of rebounding by either team, really, on this end of the floors.
Pekka's going to get to shoot 2 free throws, and I thought that was probably on the floor myself. But either way, Pekka goes the line to shoot 2.
Ludoff's second foul.
Exciting game here,
It is
folks.
exciting, a lot high tension.
Pekka's free throws on its way off the front iron, no good.
A lot of emotion involved here. It's all about going to the state tournament. We're only in the second quarter, and everybody's fired up on both sides of the court.
Pekka's second free throw is on its way and through there. Indians with a 1-point lead, 2:49 left to go here in the first half. Ludoff with the basketball. Crosses half court, feeds it off to Harvey. Now over to Crooks. Crooks back to Ole, back to Gillis. Gillis guarded by Pekka. Back up top to Ludoff. Ludoff towards the lane, back to Gillis. 3-point shot on the way, good. 25-23, 2-point lead for Southern Coffee County. Bourne into the lane, feeds it back to Pekka, back to Doherty. 3-pointer on the way, off the rim, no good. Oh, with the rebound. Now Ludoff with it. Southern Coffee County up by 2. 2:07 left to go in the first half. Ludoff into the lane, kicks it out to Gillis. Another three-pointer by him. Off the rim, no good. Doherty with the rebound. Doherty pushes the ball up 4. Bounce pass over to Lemons. Back to Anthony Albertini. Shot on the way from the elbow. Good. Doherty might have got away with another charge.
Yeah, I think he did.
Right? 1:44 left to go before half. 25-25. Harvey with it. Back up top to Ole. Southern Coffee County starters Ole, Ludoff, Harvey spent a lot of time on the floor here, and Gillis in this first half. Harvey all the way in the lane. Charge. Good job by Anthony Albertini getting possession. And he draws the charge against Harvey.
I think it was a good call. Albertini was set. Harvey drove right into him.
St. Paul Indian basketball as Adam Albertini and Kenny Haney check back into the game for Anthony Albertini and Caleb Lemons. 25-25, 1:28 left to go here in the first half. Hands on knees down here in the middle of the lane by Harvey.
Yep.
Oh, he's played the entire way. This is going to be a conditioning thing in the second half. So far, the Indians done a little better job subbing, in my opinion, in the first half here. We'll see how this works out as the game goes along. Bourne with the basketball. 1:10 left to go before halftime. Tie ball game at 25. Adam Albertini with the basketball. Feeds it to Doherty. Doherty tries to lob it inside. Pekka chases it down, and then he loses it to Gillis. Feeds it back to Ludoff. Under a minute to go in the first half. 25-25. 50 seconds left to go. Out to Harvey. Harvey up tall, up top of the key. Now back to Crooks. Now to Ludoff at the left corner. He drives towards the baseline. He gets stripped from Bourne from behind. Bourne loses it a couple times. Now he comes. Who's that going to be on?
I don't know what they're. That ball was loose. Both teams fighting for it. They're going to call it on Crooks.
They're going to call that on Crooks.
I don't know, but that's what they call.
That's going to be on 31. That's going to send Bourne to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. As I got to put my hand over the mic.
It's getting loud.
It's getting rowdy in here in the first half in a tie ball game, and it's a good one. This is what Sub-State's supposed to be all about here, folks.
This is how it's supposed to run.
Bourne settles into the line. 8th team foul on Southern Coffee County. Bourne's free throw on its way and in there. As that is the first foul on Crooks, the 5'9" senior. Bourne settles in at the line. Second shot on its way, short, no good. Doherty fights for the rebound, tips it out to Bourne. Bourne back to Adam Albertini, back to Doherty as Coach Watrick sets a play here with 27 seconds left to go here before half. Now over to Pekka, lob inside to Haney. Haney's turnaround shot, good! Off the backboard. 16 seconds left to go. Gibson with the basketball for Southern Coffee County. Feeds it off to Harvey, and it's going to be a timeout. Southern Coffee County, 30-second timeout. We're going to go ahead and stay here with 10.1 seconds left to go here before our St. Paul Tire League halftime show. St. Paul leads 28-25, and a good one here, Mike.
Yeah, this is just what you want to see at the Sub-State Championship game, as both teams fighting it out. Southern Coffee pulled out to an early lead, and St. Paul didn't really have an answer for them, but they've come around here late in the first quarter, and especially here in the second, warmed up, especially from outside, led by Brendan Doherty with a couple of three-point shots, really got them back in the game, and as Southern Coffee County has kind of turned things around the other way, having some foul troubles here with 8 team fouls for them. They started out, St. Paul getting a lot of the fouls, and St. Paul still holding tight with just 7, so we'll see how it goes here into halftime, the last 10 seconds of the half, but it's been a dandy.
How many does Lime Cooler have? Does he have 2?
I think Lime Cooler's got 2, but I can
as
tell
well
you
as Ludoff?
Shortly. Yeah, Lime Cooler has 2.
Because Lime Cooler spent a lot of time on the bench here in this second
quarter. And Ludoff
quarter.
also has 2.
So Ludoff stayed on the floor playing with 2 fouls. Actually, he's out of the game now with 6 seconds left. Gillis with the basketball, 4 seconds. Now Crooks with it.
They're not going to get a shot off. They're going to call
it a travel on Crooks. It's going to give back to the Indians with 0.6 seconds left to go. St. Paul leads 28-25. Adam Albertini with the basketball. Going to have to be a catch and a quick shoot as Albertini just feeds it into Bourne. Shot at the buzzer is no good, so halftime score 28-25. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Hey.
Welcome back to St. Paul, Kansas. Billy Fager Fieldhouse here in St. Paul High School at the Sub-State Championship Tournament for St. Paul. The St. Paul Indian boys go into halftime here with a 28-25 lead. St. Paul Indian girls come out of here with a Sub-State Championship to earn their spot at the state tournament next week in Hayes. We're joined here at halftime with our St. Paul Tire and Lube halftime guest is Coach Tuck from the girls, St. Paul girls team. So, Coach Tuck, glad to have you here, and congratulations on the good win tonight.
Thank you. It was, you know, as a coach, you kind of just want to get to the game, and you know, we did come in this morning and have just a short walk through, and then it was just kind of get through the afternoon and get to the game and play. So it was just nice to get on the court and toss the ball up and see what happens. And fortunately, our girls played well tonight, and actually the last two nights they played well, and you know, proud of them and excited for them to earn a trip to state.
Yeah, I was going to say they played a pretty good game last night, actually a really good game last night, did a good job and come in here today and had all day to sit around, so having them come in here for the walkthrough, I know kind of kept their mind focused on what they needed to come in here to do to finish strong, and they did a good job of that too, coming in here. It's nice to, you know, be in the final game of Sub-State and got a running clock late in the game. That's kind of a nice luxury to have. Makes you feel pretty comfortable there.
Right. Well, yeah, as a coach, you never want to be comfortable.
I know it.
Yeah, no, it was, you know, we had played them a couple weeks ago, and you know, that was a game where we came out and hit 8 to 10 threes in the first half.
Right, yep.
And really just shot well. And not only just shot well, I thought we ran our offense probably one of the best games that we had played this year offensively. So it was really trying to convince the girls we're not going to come out and hit 8 threes in the first half again. And they're not going to let us do that, and that's why he went man against us. Was, you know, I think he was willing to give up some stuff inside, but he wasn't going to let us just come out and knock down those threes. So, you know, it was trying to convince the girls that, you know, we're not going to be able to knock them out right off the bat. They're going to play hard. Coach True, I've known him for quite a while. He's one of the best coaches that we go up against. So I knew that, you know, he'd have his girls organized, prepared, and ready to play. And so it was just convincing our girls that, you know, we just had to grind it out and take each possession at a time. And you know, that was nice to go into the first half with a lead. And then really we wanted to come out at the beginning of the second half and then just try to knock it out. You know, don't let them hang around. let's extend that lead and get after it. And then, as you said, then we had a big lead going in the fourth quarter.
Right, and then the other nice thing, I guess, for tonight, with it being the seniors' last time here on their home floor, and really a special night, especially for senior Caitlin O'Brien, who was able to come in there at the end, finish with 24 points on the night, which put her right at the 1,000-point even mark for her high school career. So I know it's an exciting time for her and her family, but it's also got to be pretty exciting for you as a coach to have a player like Caitlin that you've been able to coach all through high school and to help her get her 1,000 points here at home on the last game of her career.
Yeah, that was the biggest cheer.
Yeah, it was.
People were more excited about that, I think, than winning.
It was really good.
Going to sub-state. But no, that was kind of an exciting way to end it, and she'd have got it one way or the other.
Right.
It's nice to get it at home.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you want to go down to the wire there like we did.
It was about the last chance, wasn't it? Yeah.
To try to get it to her. Of course, she had an opportunity before that, and then she missed it, went over the girl's back. Well,
right.
then you're going down, and then they're setting up the free throws, and you're kind of wasting
with
time
a running
there.
clock, and
you see our girls going, come on, and so no, that's neat for her to do it at home, and if we'd had sub-state somewhere else, she'd have done it on the road. So
right.
It's just nice to do it in front of the home crowd, and it's been a while since we've had a player do that, and she's deserving of it. And obviously, she's kind of the focal point of our offense, and everybody else feeds off of her, and so that's a lot of pressure. I mean, I think she found that out last year. We graduated that good senior class a couple years ago.
That's right. Yep.
And she went from being the third, fourth option to now being the first option. Well, she was getting everybody's best look.
Yeah.
And she goes, "This isn't as easy as
as
it was before when I was getting the fourth best defender." So. But she's learned and she's grown into that role and accepting that responsibility. So, we're going to have her come up big next week.
Right. So next week we head to Hayes, and you'll have your first round game on Thursday, I believe. We won't know probably who you're playing with quite yet or what time, but that's something to look forward to. And not your first time at the state tournament, so what are you looking forward to going out to Hayes this week?
Well, fortunately, we do our upperclassmen. These seniors, this will be their third time at state.
Right.
And so we do have a little bit of experience, even though we didn't go last year. But, every year it's different. It's a different crew, different group. And so, it's really about going out there and getting settled down and not being so excited just because you're staying in a motel room.
That's right.
That sometimes that you just don't know what's going to mess up a teenager. But and just getting settled down. You're playing in a college stadium, and just realizing it's a basketball game and going out and trying to execute and do it. And I always tell them that don't worry about Friday, Saturday, because if you don't win Friday or Thursday, you don't get to play Friday,
That's
Saturday.
right,
So we always try to focus
one
on
at a time.
That first game, and that gets you into the next 2 days.
Yeah.
So.
All righty, well, we're going to get ready to kick off the second half of the boys' game here. We appreciate you taking the time to come and see us, and you had a great season so far, and we'll look forward to following you out to Hayes, and hopefully we can keep it up for a couple more games out there.
All right, thanks,
guys.
guys.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank everything you guys do.
Thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. So you've been joining us here on the KW Trucking Halftime Show. And we've got about 2 minutes left before the second half gets started. We're going to go ahead and take a 1 minute timeout, and we'll come back and try to get some stats in for you on the boys' game for the first half, and then we'll get ready to start the second half. We'll be back after this 1 minute timeout. You listen to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Well, welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse as we start the second half here. Styles Fitness Moore, St. Paul with the basketball to start the second half. Now 1-3-1 zone by Southern Coffee County. Pekka at right wing, bounce pass off to Doherty. St. Paul leads 28-25. Mike's going to have to kind of fill stats as we go along here.
You're liable to lose your voice. I'm going to fill in for everything, Dan. You're about to lose it on us.
Doherty off up above the timeline with the basketball. Feeds off to Pekka, over to Bourne. Indians being very patient here on offense, trying to find an opening against his zone defense. Off to Doherty, feed inside to Haney, shot up, no good. Pekka, with the rebound for Southern Coffee County. Indians with a good look at the basket. Haney just couldn't get it to go. Ludoff with the basketball off to Harvey. Looks inside for Gillis, now to Line Cooler. Indians start in a man-to-man defense. Anthony Albertini on the floor with 2 fouls here. Ludoff with the basketball, feed inside the Lime Cooler, and that's going to be a foul on.
It's going to be on Bourne, probably. His arm stuck in there, it looked like.
And it is going to be on Braven Bourne. Team foul number 1 of the second half. Second on Bourne. Ludoff with the basketball right to Lime Cooler. Everybody falling asleep for the Indians. That was too easy
terrible.
Underneath the basket. Somebody fell clear asleep. 28-27, 1-point lead for the Indians. Pekka with the basketball, feeds it back to Bourne at right wing. Bounce pass to the corner to Haney, back to Bourne. Bourne back up top to Pekka. Pekka bounce pass over to Bourne. Bounce pass down to the corner. Doherty 3-point shot from the corner long, no good. With the rebound for Southern Coffee County. Ludoff back down with the basketball for SCC. Lob inside the Lime Cooler, knocked out of bounds by Anthony Albertini. So it will stay with SCC. 6:15 left to go in the third. 28-27. Indians up by 1. Here comes the inbound play. Ludoff holds onto the ball, feeds it up top to Gillis. Gills back to back to Ludoff. Ludoff to left wing. Back up top to Lime Cooler. Now over to Harvey. Harvey holds the ball over his head. Bounce inside. Shot up, no good, but he's fouled. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Southern Coffee County getting off to a little better start here in the second half than Indians. Indians with a couple of good looks at the basket. Couldn't get one to go. Now goes to the line to shoot 2. Caleb Pekka just picked up his second foul. Team foul number 2 for the Indians. Old's first free throw rattles in, and he ties his score at 28.
A little bit reminiscent of the way the first half started for St. Paul. If that's any indication, we'll hope the second part of the second half goes like the second part of the first half did.
Old second free throw, no good, but Ludoff secures the rebounds for SCC. Ludoff with the basketball drives the baseline, and that's going to be a third foul on Braven Bourne as Ludoff gets around him. Third team foul of the second half. The same way this ball game started, the Indians getting a lot of whistles early on in the third.
Yeah, that's 3 fouls on Braven Bourne here early in the third quarter.
Bourne going to have to be careful. Into Lime Cooler, now back to with a couple ball fakes, feeds it up top to Gillis, now to Ludoff. 3-point shot by him, no good. Rebound, Caleb Pekka, he loses it. How's that not a travel? They blew a whistle earlier.
Yeah, I heard a whistle, and they just kept fighting for it.
And the possession error, I heard a whistle too. And the possession error stays with Southern Coffee County.
Yeah, I heard the whistle and nobody stopped. They just kept playing, so they had to blow it again. I don't know what happened there.
I thought they was going to draw travel on Gillis. Gillis with the basketball. Guarded out there by Bourne. Now to Harvey, now into the Lime Cooler. Lime Cooler in traffic, feeds it back to Harvey. Shot up and no good. Lime Cooler rips it around for Doherty. And that's going to be a charge on Lime Cooler as he created space off the rebound. That's going to be his third.
Yep, that's 3 on Lime Cooler as well now.
First team foul of the second half on SCC.
It's going to be interesting to see how this plays out now. Doherty, with Bourne with 3, Lime Cooler with 3. They're going to start calling some of these charges, really getting physical underneath. Both teams are.
Bourne with the basketball for the Indians. 5:15 left to go here in the third. Bounce pass over to Pekka. Now to Haney at left wing. Over to Pekka. Pekka drives in, kicks it back out to Doherty. Doherty feeds it back to Pecky, about loses it. Now he tries to split a couple people, and it's out of bounds. And a turnover against the Indians. This 1-3-1 zone is giving the Indians fit offensively. Yeah. They cannot find much rhythm against it, as Lime Cooler has to come out of the game as he just picked up his third foul. Crooks checks back into the game for Southern Coffee County. Lead off with the basketball, game tied at 28. Zone defense now applied by the Indians. 2-3 zone by the Indians. Ludoff feeds it to Gillis. Gillis back up top to Ludoff. Excuse me, that was Crooks. Now inside to Ole, shot at the free throw line, short, no good. Doherty with the rebound. Doherty into the lane, and that's going to be a charge against Doherty.
That's a charge. You saw that one coming.
Charge against Brendan Doherty. Score tied at 28. 4:29 left to go here in the third. Second foul on Doherty. Fourth team foul on the Indians. Ludoff with the basketball for SCC. Drives into the lane. Shot in front of the rim short. Pekka with the rebound. Pekka pushes the ball up the floor. Behind the back dribble. Feeds it back over to Doherty. Now to Haney. Three-point shot by him. Off. No good. Rebound, Ludoff gets it stole. Pekka steals it. Now Pekka gets his own rebound, tries to put it back, and he gets it. Now poked. Oh, now there's going to be a foul.
I don't know what they're going to call there, but there was so much going on. They could pick about anything they want.
Call foul on Caleb Pekka or Braven Bourne, one or the other. It's going to be on Caleb Pekka as he poked the ball loose. 15 foul already on the Indians, third on Caleb Pekka, and that brings Adam Albertini to the scores table for Caleb. Well, actually for Braven Bourne, Pekka stays in with 3.
Pretty sure I missed something on that exchange as far as who's taking what shots and what happened, but I got the fouls right.
Ludoff with the ball for SCC, tied at 28. Indians held scoreless halfway through this third quarter. Gills with the ball, feeds it to Harvey, or Ole, then to Harvey. Harvey tries to feed inside, poked away, and somehow Ludoff comes out there with it, layup good. 30-28, SCC by 2. Back to Doherty, cross-court pass over to Pekka. Pekka drives across, feeds it to Doherty, over to Adam Albertini. He's double-teamed down there, bounce pass into Pekka. Pekka shot up, layup good. 30-30, 3:21 left to go here in the third. First 2 points of the second half by the Indians. Gills with the basketball for SCC, guarded by Pekka. Now the Indians back into a man-to-man. Back up top to Ludoff, guarded by Doherty. Now poked away by Adam Albertini, but somehow it ends back in Ole's hands. Ole feeds it back to Harvey. Harvey back to Gills. Gills guarded by Pekka. Now out to Crooks. Crooks tries to hand it to Ludoff, gets it off to him. He's picked up by Doherty. 2:45 left to go in the third. 30-30 is the score. Ludoff drives the baseline, cut off by Adam Albertini. Cross-court pass, three-pointer on the way, long, no good. And it's going to be out of bounds on SCC and go back to the Indians. Caleb Lemons checks into the ball game for Caleb Pekka. Get him out of here with 3 fouls. Try not to get him into the fourth quarter here, as both Pekka and Braven Bourne have 3 fouls on the night here. 2:31 left to go in the third, tied at 30. Lemons feeds it back to Doherty, back to Adam Albertini, back to Lemons. Lemons back to Adam Albertini at right wing, back to Lemons. I was getting ready to say he sets his feet and shoots a 3 because I thought I seen it coming. Back to Lemons. This time he drives the baseline, a little 10-footer on the way long to Haney. Haney on the backside, layup good. 32-30, Indians up by 2. Under 2 minutes left to go in the third. Ole with the basketball. Back up top to Harvey. Up to Gillis, top of the key, over to Crooks. Crooks guarded closely by Adam Albertini. Almost a steal, now it is a steal. Lemons feeds it ahead to Albertini, layup, good. That was created by Anthony Albertini poking that basketball away. Now Ludoff with the basketball against Doherty. Don't pick up your third here. Ludoff into the rim, off the backboard. Tough shot. He gets it to go. 1:17 left to go here in the third. Indians up by 2. Doherty with the basketball. And that's going to be a foul on Crooks. Just the second team foul of the second half. See a lot of hands on the hips by SCC. As number 3, Gibson, checks back into the game for Southern Coffee County for Gillis.
I think St. Paul's going to have an advantage if this turns into a running back and forth game, because that's kind of the game St. Paul likes to play.
Feed in to Lemons. Now back to Adam Albertini. Now to Doherty. Three-pointer from the corner. Good! Gives the Indians a 5-point lead. 57 seconds left. Now to corner. Harvey, three-pointer. In and out. No good. Doherty with the rebound. Doherty pushes the ball back up the floor. Feeds it to Adam Albertini. Cross-court pass to Lemons. Lemons with the ball fake. Cross-court pass back to Doherty. Over to Adam Albertini. Three-pointer by him. Long. No good. Ball chased down by Haney. Haney bounce pass over to Lemons. Out to Adam Albertini. 30 seconds left to go in the third. Lemons, three-pointer from the corner. Off, no good. Haney out on him. Out on Kenny Haney. Haney had a chance to secure that rebound. Went off his hand and out of bounds.
Yeah.
37-32, 5-point lead for the Indians. SCC with possession of the ball. Ludoff with the ball. Now it goes off to Gibson. Gibson back to Ludoff. Drives the baseline all the way in. Shot up, no good, but Haney fouls him. As Coach Watrick says, set your feet and take the charge, Kenny.
It's going to be the third foul on Haney now.
Haney had a chance to set his feet as Ludoff come around the corner. Haney come off his feet and give him the out. Now Ludoff goes to the free throw line to shoot 2. 17 seconds left to go here in the third. Ludoff's first free throw's right through there. Ludoff settles in for the second. It's on its way and good. 3-point lead for the Indians. 15 seconds left to go here in the third. Doherty with the basketball. 11 seconds left. 9 seconds, 7. He's out there with Crooks. Screen set by Haney. Three-pointer top of the key. Gets the roll. Shot at the buzzer, no good. 6-point lead at the end of 3 quarters. 40-34 by the Indians. We'll be back at this 1-minute timeout. We let St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Eight minutes left in this barn burner here, Mike.
Yep.
The Indians lead 40-34. Is going to start with possession of the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Easton Dent in the ball game now, as well as Albertini, Haney, Lemons, and Doherty. Caleb Lemons with the basketball, feeds it back up top to Adam Albertini. He's guarded out there by Ludoff, feeds it back to Lemons at left wing. Indians with a 6-point lead, 40-34 to start this fourth quarter. That timeout was brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket.
Southern Coffee still playing that zone defense, keeping them shut down inside, but Doherty's making them pay from outside. Turnover there Easton Dent wasn't able to handle the pass.
Doherty tried to feed it into Dent. Ludoff comes back with the basketball. Now zone of the Indians. 2-3 zone by them. Ludoff inside the lime cooler. Backdoor feed. Good to Harvey. 4-point lead for the Indians, 40-36. Off to Doherty at left wing. And that's going to be a foul underneath. Appears to be on Southern Coffee County. It's going to be a 13 foul. Nope, it's going to be on Harvey, 25, the 6'2 junior. We'll see how long Pekka and Bourne stays on the bench here in the fourth quarter here, both having 3 fouls. Haney shot from the front of the free throw line, no good. Dent pokes it away from Gills. 3-point shot by Doherty off the backboard, no good. Ludoff with the rebound.
Doherty 4 of 9 from outside the 3-point line tonight.
Lime cooler with the basketball, out to Ludoff, drives the baseline. In the double team, no good. Harvey gets rebound off the backboard, good. 2-point ball game, 40-38, 6:32 left to go in the game. Adam Albertini with the basketball at right wing. Feeds it to the corner to Doherty. Doherty drives around. Oh, no way.
Took a dive and got the call.
There was no way that was a charge.
Yeah. Lime Cooler gets a lot of credit.
First off, it was a foul on Gills when Doherty went around him.
Yeah.
And then Lime Cooler just took a dump under the rim. And Doherty got called with the charge as third as Anthony Albertini and Braven Bourne checked back into the game. That was a bad call by the ref, fair. I don't care what anybody says. 6:20 left to go in the game, 40-38. Indians up by 2.
There. That's right, though.
If you're going to call a foul, you need to call a first foul.
That's right.
17 foul on the Indians, just 3 on SCC. Harvey with the basketball. Southern Coffee County trailed by 6, now just down by 2. Harvey feeds it over to Gillis. 3-point shot by him. Good.
That's how quick things can change.
41-40. 7 consecutive points by Southern Coffee. None for the Indians to start this fourth quarter. In the first 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Doherty with the basketball. Into traffic. Floater on the way. Good. Brendan Doherty gives the Indians a 1-point lead. 30-second timeout by Coach Wuttrick. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse. St. Paul leads 42-41 with 5:38 left to go in this ball game. Ludoff with the basketball. That timeout brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. Lob inside. Ball's loose on the floor, out of bounds, and it's going to go to the Indians. It's going to be off of Oles. Braven Bourne back in the game, as well as Caleb Pekka with 3 fouls. Brendan Doherty with 3 fouls. Kenny Haney. Anthony Albertini with 3. How many's Haney got? Has he got 3
Haney's
also?
got 3 too, yeah.
So everybody on the floor has 3 fouls for the Indians. Just 3 team fouls on Southern Coffee County in this half. 7 on the Indians. Doherty with the basketball. Feeds it back to Bourne. Bourne bounce pass inside to Anthony Albertini. In traffic off the backboard. No good. Gillis with the rebound. Feeds it back to Ludoff. 4:58 left to go in the game. Harvey with it to Oles. Oles looks inside the lime cooler. Floater on the way, no good. And the ball is out on Southern Coffee County and goes back to the Indians. Bourne with the basketball for the Indians. They cling to a 1-point lead with 4:41 left to go in this ball game. Off to Doherty. Doherty, backdoor feed to Pekka. What a play.
Boy, that was a good-looking play, wasn't it?
And Pekka puts it in there, gives the Indians a 3-point lead with 4:29. Now, timeout, Southern Coffee County. Another 30-second timeout. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. The St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
I believe if Caleb Pekka could dunk, he'd have dunked that one, have been the big alley-oop right up to the basket.
Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse. 4:29 left to go in the game. Indians with a 3-point lead off of a backdoor lob from Doherty to Pekka. Ludoff feeds it into Hole, back to Ludoff. Now man-to-man defense by the Indians. Ludoff drives to his right. Pekka picks him up, feed it into the lime cooler. Couple ball fakes, and that's going to be a foul on Anthony Albertini. And that's going to send lime cooler to the line to shoot the 1-and-1.
The third foul on Albertini.
Fourth, isn't it?
I just got him his third.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be his fourth too till I marked it down. It's just his third.
Lime cooler goes line, shoot the 1-and-1 because that's an 8th team foul on the Indians. 4:19 left to go in the game. A 1-and-1 here by lime cooler. Free throws on its way and right through there.
This is where free throws become important here at the Y. Well, they're always important, but really going to be important here the last 4 minutes.
Lime cooler settles into line for his second. On its way. Off the rim, no good. Doherty with the rebound. Doherty pushes the ball past lime cooler down the floor, dribbles back out. Indians with a 2-point lead, 44-42. Pekka with the basketball, in a little trouble, almost a steal, and that's going to be a foul on Ludoff. 4th team foul on Southern Coffee County.
Third on Ludoff.
Almost a bad pass by Caleb Pekka. Ludoff seen that pass coming, just about got his hand in there. Luckily, Doherty was able to rip it out of there, and Ludoff got called for the foul. Bourne with the basketball, back to Pekka. Over to Doherty. In the corner, they need to stay out of that trap in the corner. Back to Bourne. Over to Anthony Albertini. Now ball's loose on the floor. Ball's still loose. And the Southern Coffee County is going to come out there with it. Bad pass by Anthony Albertini. Back to Harvey. Now the lime cooler. Ball fake. Backdoor feed to Gillis. A couple ball fakes. Drives towards the baseline. Dribbles back out. Double teamed out there. Now looks inside. Gives it back to Ludoff up above the timeline. 3:33 left to go in the game. 2-point lead for the Indians. Ludoff lob inside the lime cooler. Looked at the back door. Now back door to Harvey. Harvey ball fake. Drives the baseline. Feeds it off to Ludoff. Ludoff into the lane. Lobs into lime cooler. Turnaround shot. Good.
Boy, a lot of ball movement there.
44-44. 3:15 left to go in the game. Doherty with the basketball. Back to Pekka. Back over to Doherty at right wing. Over to Pekka. 3-point shot by him. Off the rim. No good. Lime cooler with the rebound. Gets it off to Gills. 2:57 left to go. Hands it off to Ludoff. It's going to be a timeout, Southern Coffee County.
Full, I believe.
Full timeout. We'll be back after this 1-minute timeout. You listen to St. Paul basketball at Hot 105.5. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse, where we are tied at 44 with just under 3 minutes left to go in this game. That timeout brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket.
Yeah, Paul, here the championship game, right where you'd expect it to be. Late in the game, fourth quarter, everything's tied up. So it's going to come down to who wants it more at the battle here at the end.
2:54 left to go in the game. Oles with the basketball, feeds it off to Ludoff. Ludoff against Bourne. Back to Oles, lob inside the lime cooler, and that's going to be a push-off against lime cooler. And that's going to be his 4th foul, and he tried to create some space underneath, and he's going to get called with the forearm push. That's the 5th team foul on Southern Coffee County, 4th on lime cooler. Player control. 18 fouls on the Indians, 5 on SCC. Doherty with the basketball, 2:42 left to go in the game. Up top to Bourne. Now over to Pekka. Every possession's important now. Doherty triple team, feeds it into Haney. Now back to Pekka. Pekka in traffic, gets it blocked. And rebound, Ludoff. 2:26 left to go, 44-44. Man-to-man defense by the Indians. Ludoff with the basketball. Lob inside. Ball's loose on the floor, and that's going to be a foul on the floor. And it's going to be the 1-and-1. And that's going to send Oles to the line to shoot the front end of 1-and-1. That's the 19th foul on the Indians. That foul's on
Doherty.
Brendan Doherty.
His
4th. 2:15 left to go in the game. First free throw gets the bounce, and it goes. You got Doherty for foul 4?
Yes, sir. I got him at 4.
Coach Wadrick, the coaching staff don't think it's 4, but
Yeah.
I believe it is. Second free throw's no good. And that rebound chased down by Ludoff. 2:10 left to go in the game, 45-44. Southern Coffee County now up by 1. Oles with the basketball. Feeds it back out to Harvey. Cross-court pass to Gillis, back up top to Ludoff. They're going to have to tighten up here on defense. 1:57 left to go in the game. Back up top to Gillis. Three-point shot, top of the key, and he gets it to go.
Boy, it took a friendly roll for him, that's for sure.
Left wing to Bourne, up to Pekka. Indians going to have to score here. 1:39 left to go. Doherty with the basketball, and that's going to be a foul on Ludoff. And that's going to be the 16th foul on Southern Coffee County, the 4th on Ludoff.
Yeah, they kind of bumped heads there as Doherty made the move.
1:36 left to go in the game. Indians now trail by 4. Off the big 3 by Gillis. Up to Bourne. Indians going to have to go here because Southern Coffee County is going to be content with holding the basketball. Cross-court pass back to Bourne. Now over to Doherty. 1:24 left to go. Doherty, long three-pointer off the front of the rim. No good. Anthony Albertini rebound. Blocked by Lime Cooler. Albertini ends up on the floor. And Ludoff. Indians got to tighten up tight on defense here. Ludoff crosses over against Bourne. Dribbles up above the timeline. Still dribbling. Should be the count. Should be on. And that's going to be a foul.
That'll be it
Bourne.
for Braven Bourne. That'll be his. Well, I thought that was his 5th. That'll just be his 4th, I guess.
That's going to send Ludoff to the line to shoot 2, as that's a double bonus. .102 left to go in the game, 48-44. Now the Indians in trouble here with just over a minute left to go. Ludoff goes to the line to shoot 2. First shot on its way in there. .44, 5-point ball game. Ludoff settles in for his second. It's on its way and good.
Well, those are big free throws by Ludoff.
Now a turnover against the Indians as Gillis knocks Pekka to the floor, but no call, and that gives it right back to SCC. Timeout, St. Paul with 1:02 left to go in the game. 50-44, 6-point lead for SCC. Full timeout by Coach Wattrick. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105.
Better check your phone, too.
We already called back.
Oh, did we? Okay.
earlier.
All right. Yeah.
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 We need to go back on, too. Welcome back to Billy Fager Fieldhouse here in St. Paul, where Southern Coffee County leads 50-44 with 57.1 seconds left, and Harvey at the line to shoot 2. He makes the post.
Foul called on Adam Albertini there.
So this has been a big turn in the last 2 minutes of this game, Mike. Tied ball game.
Yeah.
2 minutes ago, now 7-point lead on Southern Coffee County. Harvey's second free throw's off, no good. Pekka with the rebound. Down the floor, Caleb Lemons with the basketball. Over to Bourne. Bourne drives towards the baseline. Floater on the way, good. Indians in the full court man-to-man press. Gets it ahead to Ole, and that's going to be a foul on Lemons. Going to send Ole to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah. St. Paul's going to have to get the ball back in a hurry, get it down the floor, and take the shot.
Apologize with all the crowd noise here, but we're sitting right amongst the Southern Coffee County crowd, and they're excited.
Got a lot of background noise. We know it comes across there.
As they should be.
Yep.
As Ole goes to the line to shoot 2. First free throw is right through there and good. .1 seconds left to go in the game. 52-46. Now 53-46. Pekka with the basketball. Pushes it down, gets it off to Bourne. Now long three-pointer by Doherty, good. Timeout, Coach Wadrick. 53-49, 4-point ball game. 33 seconds left to go in the game.
You know, that's a 4-point lead with 33 seconds to go, but when you've got a shooter like Brendan Doherty that can launch it from anywhere on the floor with a decent chance of making it, you know, it's not over until it's over.
Yeah, that was definitely launching it. He was clear out by the timeline where he shot that basketball from. We're going to go stay here. This timeout brought to you by St. Paul Supermarket. 53-49. Indians are not going to be able to play the foul game much, Mike. They're going to have to come up with an inbound steal.
23 points on the night for Brendan Doherty, putting him over the 1,000-point mark for his career. So win, lose, or draw, special night for Brendan Doherty, and capping off a great career here at St. Paul.
Definitely a great career by Brendan. Congratulations to him on 1,000 points. I know they'd like to punch their ticket to state, but playing a very good Southern Coffee County team. It's been a great ball game.
It has been a really good game.
All the way. Indians with as many as a 6-point lead. Start this fourth quarter is given all back and now trail by 4 with 33 seconds left to go. See if the Indians can come up with a steal as Ole set to put the ball in play for Southern Coffee County. Dumps it deep to Ludoff, who gets behind everybody. Now to Lime Cooler, and Lime Cooler dunks it. Ravenborn crosses half court with it. Drives between his legs. Now back to Albertini. Now to Lemons. 3-point shot on the way. No good. Pekka. Bounce pass inside to Ludoff. And they're going to have to foul. And that's going to be 55-49. 6-point lead for Southern Coffee County with 10 seconds left to go in the game.
Yeah, if that foul's going to be on Pekka at this point, it doesn't really matter, but it'll be his 4th foul, sending Ludoff to the free throw line.
Just a ton of crowd noise here. Ludoff goes the line to shoot 2. 55-49, 6-point lead. Ludoff settles in at the line to shoot 2. First one on its way and short, no good. So it's still a 6-point lead for SCC with 10.6 seconds left to go in the game. That was a 4th foul on Caleb Pekka. A very good season for the Indian boys. This isn't going to end up the way they wanted. Played good down the stretch. Back and forth, played a very, very good game. Now still are knocked out of bounds by Harvey. It'll stay with the Indians.
St. Paul had their opportunities tonight and tried to take advantage of them as much as they could, just coming up a little short.
Feed into Doherty. Doherty, long 3-point shot. Off the backboard, no good. Lime Cooler with the rebound. And that's going to be the ball game. Final score, 56-49. Southern Coffee County advances to state. We'll be back after this 2-minute timeout. You're listening to St. Paul basketball on Hot 105. Leave it up. Hey, leave it up. We'll get it. Welcome back as they go through the awards presentation. St. Paul, the runner-up in the sub-state hosted here. Southern Coffee County will advance to state at Hayes. They'll have to await the seedings tomorrow to see where they're seated, but brings a good season to the end for the Indians, Mike.
Yeah, good season for St. Paul and nothing to be ashamed of. Played a lot better tonight than they did the first time they matched up against Southern Coffee County, that's for sure. Gave them all they wanted, and it came down to the final about minute and a half or so where Southern Coffee County just was too much at the end. St. Paul got backed into a corner, had to commit some fouls to try to get the ball back, and that's just kind of the way that some of these games end up. But good game overall by St. Paul, a lot better than the first matchup, and really sub-state runner-ups, nothing to be ashamed of, especially senior Brendan Doherty with the 1,000-point mark. A lot of things to be proud of by him and the rest of the senior class, and good careers by all those boys here at St. Paul this year.
Yeah, making a run all the way to the state finals in football. I know they wanted to get back to state in basketball,
right,
but it just wasn't meant to be.
Yep.
And a very good Southern Coffee County team. So St. Paul will bring their season to a close. Mike, what do you got for final game stats?
Well, this will be final game stats. I'm going to give, just like the girls' game, Brendan Doherty's going to get my D-Rail Commodity Player of the Game vote, 23 points on the night, including the first half with 12, which put him at the 1,000-point mark. So D-Rail Player of the Game is Brendan Doherty. As far as my vote goes, Caleb Lemons had 3 points for St. Paul, Pecco with 5. Adam Albertini and Easton Nipp both had 2 points, Braven Bourne with 8. Kenny Haney had 4 points on the night, and Anthony Albertini ended up with 2 for St. Paul. So led by Brendan Doherty, just like they have been all season long. The senior leadership really showing through there, closing out a great career. St. Paul from the field, shot from the 2-point side. They were 13 of 24. Outside the 3-point line, pretty cold in the first half, started to warm up a little. A lot of credit goes to Brendan Doherty on the 3-pointers. They ended up 7 of 27 and 2 of 5 from the free throw line, so not a lot of opportunities at the free throw line tonight for St. Paul.
So final score here is 56-49. It was a good ball game all along the way. The score kind of got a little bit out of hand when Indians had to foul down the stretch. Indians went into that fourth quarter, had a 6-point lead to give that back. Couldn't get much going offensively there in that fourth quarter, and kind of started at one of them games where it's tied with 2 minutes to go, and then all of a sudden it starts going the other way a little bit. You lose the handle of the game a little bit. Before you know it, you're 4 points down with a minute to go.
Happens fast.
It happens pretty quick. It could have went either way. It was a great ball game both ways. So congratulations to Southern Coffee County and a great season. and they'll continue season Wednesday. They go out to Hayes, and we'll see who they get seeded against. Should be a very good 1A tournament out there. Congratulations to our St. Paul girls. They advanced to the state finals. One of the last 8. They will probably a 2 or a 3 seed. Check in on the Acacia website tomorrow afternoon. Should be up sometime tomorrow, mid-morning, late morning. We'll see when all the rest of the scores come in tonight. Then we'll see who they play and when they play on Thursday there, Mike.
Yep, it'll be fun time. We'll head out to Hayes and see, best of luck to the boys, and appreciate and had fun calling them, but we're not done yet with the girls, so we'll follow them to Hayes next week and try to bring all that to you and see if the girls can't come out of here with a good opportunity to make some magic happen out at Hayes and try to get that state championship.
I want to thank all our sponsors throughout the year. It will be our last live stream broadcast. It will be live streamed from Hayes, but it will be through Acacia, so you'll have to get on the Acacia website, find out the live stream through Acacia, as they have the rights to all the live stream to the state championship ball game. So it will still be a live broadcast. It just won't be from Mike and I. But if you want to tune in on the internet, we'll be back on the internet on the radio. You should be able to go to 105.5 Chanute radio station. Click on the St. Paul Indian logo, and you should be able to listen to our audio if you're unable to pick up a live stream. And so we'll either be on the internet or on the radio either way. You can listen on the radio locally if you're not able to make the trip. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank our sponsors, our title sponsors, Farmers Bank. Our tip-off sponsor, or our pregame sponsor has always been Richie's Pharmacy. Timeout sponsor has been St. Paul's Supermarket. Our tip-off sponsor has been Styles Fitness and More. Our halftime sponsor is St. Paul Tire and Lube. And our post-game sponsor every game has been KW Trucking. And our player of the game sponsor is D-Rail Commodity. And this game here, our live stream sponsor was CD Electric. Contact Chris Dent for all your electrical needs. And it's a good thing tonight's about over, Mike, because my
I think
talking's
you're
about
about
over.
out of gas, buddy. We're going to have to rest up, get you some throat medicine in you for a long trip to Hayes, and get ready to go again, because we still got some work to do when we get out to Hayes.
I was going to see if Coach Watcher come out of the locker room, but we're going to go ahead and wrap things up tonight. Thank Mike, thank Marissa back in the studio, and thank everybody. Thank everybody for joining us. Congratulations, Brendan Doherty, on a 1,000-point career. Been a good season for him. It's been a good season for the boys. It's been a lot of fun. And we will see you sometime Thursday from Hayes, Kansas, where St. Paul girls win, St. Paul boys lose. Thanks for joining us this year, and we'll see you Thursday, and we'll join you from Hayes. You've been listening to St. Paul Indian Basketball on Hot 105. Thanks, Marissa.